Now we live.
Hey you, pam 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 pam. We are those bros back at it again. Another episode. Thank you for joining us on another episode. What are we, bro?
We are Das Bros. Those
Dos bros,
Bros.
dos bros,
Those Bros.
those
Yeah.
bros. Yes, sir.
Those Bros.
Yes, sir. And those joining us are also those bros. Therefore, thus, it's not just those bros. It's dos bros because we are those bros.
Yeah. So far with Das
No.
Bros. Yeah. And so far we got two people watching. So hello, two people that are
Hey, two
watching.
people.
Two
Yes,
people.
and don't leave just yet. The goal is we're gonna play a couple matches, maybe just two matches of this game, and then stay tuned for we will give you guys our review, our breakdown, our thoughts on Ballerina. A little late, but we're always at the party.
Yeah, finally we were wanting to talk about Ballerina for a long time,
Yeah,
but now we finally got
yeah,
to it. And
we
now we
finally
get to
got to
talk
it.
about
A little
Ballerina.
late to the party, but
Yeah.
we could at least clean the table or something. The party is over now, but
Yeah.
never too late to join.
But while we go ahead and warm up, uh like do you want to rehash a little bit of our old conversation about Superman versus Fantastic Four? So Superman's coming out.
Superman?
Yeah, Superman's coming
Oh
out
yeah,
this
the
Friday.
movies. Yes, yes sir, yes sir.
Yeah.
I thought you meant the actual Superman versus Fist Fight, the Fantastic Four.
That'd be wild to see. But
That was what my first thoughts came.
yeah,
My
you
first
like
thoughts came to violence playing this game.
it's like
But
Superman.
yeah. Oh, well, real quick before we get into that, how would you think Superman would fare in a fight versus the Fantastic Four?
Depends on what Superman we talking. If we're talking, well, let's talk movie Superman, right?
Yes.
I don't. I think Henry Cavill can definitely take him because of how
Yeah.
he was with the Flash, and they made eye contact. They were staring at each other.
Yeah.
Even it made the Flash uncomfortable. He's like, "What the? Is he looking at me? Look at
Yeah.
him. Look at me." But yeah, I think that Superman will take. I think the other Supermans would probably struggle. But then again,
Well,
Christopher
I think
Reeve's Superman.
he will. I mean, any Superman will wipe the floor with the Fantastic Four. But they will definitely. The real question is, how long will they make the fight last?
Yeah,
I think
because
your best goal is just to have the stretchy dudes stretch him, hug him, just hold him down, just keep him tight. That's it. That's it. Oh, where are we landing, bro?
we'll land Harbor. How's that?
Harbor. All right, there we go. By the way, to our faithful listeners, I have faithfully been here for the first couple minutes. We're not good at this game at all. We are just decent. So, we're gonna prepare to see two noobs surviving. Really what we are. Gonna get good.
I just got
Speaking
done.
of which,
Done
speaking of
did.
which,
I
but
got
you're
too
here
excited.
oh.
So yeah,
We're pretty
so what are
decent.
you excited to see? I mean, are you still hyped? Does it change
Oh
that it's
yeah,
like
dude.
around the corner? I'm
I
excited for it.
Yes, I'm excited, but I don't know if it's that I'm getting older in age. But I am not as excited as I probably used to be back in the day. I don't know what it is, but movies don't excite me like I used to be, where I was super excited. I couldn't wait for a movie to come out. Although I will say this is probably in recent memories the most excited I've been for a film.
Really?
And yeah, oh yeah. I mean, oh yeah, dude. I'm a huge fan of the director. I'm a huge fan of Superman ish, but yeah, I guess I'm such a big fan of James Gunn that it's getting me extremely excited for the film.
Upstairs. Oh, I die.
Must see.
Yeah. So
Grenade!
yeah, I would say James Gunn's like he's very good at emotion, like how he was in like Guardians of the Galaxy
Yeah,
3
storylines. Yep,
really
yep,
made
yep, yep.
you feel for Rocket, really made you feel
Oh
Odie.
yeah, man.
Like really made you feel for those characters, and so I feel like there's gonna be definitely a lot of love and care.
Yeah,
Um, and so I would like to see that. I think maybe
yeah.
I don't know, like I think probably the focus might be on crypto. I think crypto's gonna be maybe the
Yes,
new
man.
Groot.
And that's what excites me about James Gunn. It's his ability to use characters that are not characters that the basic audience, the basic moviegoer or any moviegoer. If you're not a fan of the comic books, you don't know who the hell is Rocket Raccoon, for example. If you're not a fan of and not even being a fan, just a casual viewer, you don't know who Rocket Raccoon is, Groot is, pretty much any of those people. I would say I am not basic in terms of a Marvel fan, but I guess, well, I mean, I guess I'm basic enough to have not known who the Guardians of the Galaxy were before I saw them on the big screen. So, that being said, yeah, man, I'm really excited because I know he has the ability of having these lesser characters have such an impactful and big role and make you really like them and enjoy them. So, yeah, man, very, very excited.
Yeah, I mean, so far from what I've seen, like I said before, like not as excited as I am for Fantastic Four, but I feel like I
Yes.
am a little like I'm after like having a day to think about it. I think
Yeah.
the reason why I'm like that is because I'm very familiar with Fantastic Four.
Yes.
I I'm already have like an investment with Fantastic Four, and with Superman, I think I talked about that last time too. Like, hey, it's a
Yeah.
new universe. Throw away everything that you've heard before. Um,
Yes. Which is
and
it's interesting to me, coming from you because I would say from knowing you all these years, my whole life,
my whole
that
life, yeah.
I would say you are a bigger, or I would assume you're a bigger DC fan than you are a Marvel fan. Am I right?
For me, what throws me off big time is just the tone. So yeah, I am a huge fan of how DC handles their characters, and they're not afraid
Based
of
on the
going
comic
on.
books, right?
Yeah,
Or
they're
movie
not
wise.
afraid to go in dark themes. But I feel like in the movies they try to 100% balance that, and they fumble every
Yeah.
time almost.
Okay, so movies, you're Marvel, comic books and storylines, you're DC.
Well, with cartoons, I like
Meanwhile,
DC.
I'm gonna kill you, son. Uh-huh.
Yeah, with DC, yeah, with comic books, I mean with the animated stuff,
Animated, okay.
100% DC.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so that's fair. Yeah.
yeah, but
I
with
mean, I guess comic books would be hard to say. We haven't read all the comic books. So I'm pretty sure there probably is some good comic books out there for Marvel, but my basic understanding from fans in general were DC has better comics, Marvel has better movies, and pretty much and DC bad guys stand out versus Marvel bad guys aren't really that well written.
I feel like the people who are very interesting is the heroes in Marvel, and the people who are very interesting in DC are the villains, and so
Yeah.
it's kind of hard to balance that because you want to see DC films for the villains, not for
Okay,
the
that's
heroes.
interesting.
And that
Except for Batman.
no, even in Batman, it's like, oh dang, you got the Joker, you
That
got
Joker?
freaking Clayface, like cool.
Yeah.
I want to see that, but
I mean, I guess that's true because, I mean, we know who the big bad is for Fantastic Four. We know who the Fantastic Four is. There's been a couple of movies and two different live screen adaptations of the Fantastic Four. And while there has been multiple Superman movies out there and a whole bunch of different villains, but I think it's like what you're saying. Well, when it comes to Superman in particular as a character in the movie, it's you don't really think about, oh, who's he gonna go up against? Like you don't have a big bad that's really attached to Superman. Besides your Omega bad guys, which are your Doctor Doom, no, shit, Doctor Doom. Your goddamn, what's his name? Uh, wow, brain just went blank. The Doomsday. That's where my head went. I got mixed in with the Fantastic Four and Superman. You got your Doomsday, you got your Darkseid. So you got those villains, but those are like your.
Oh, I got hit on the roof. There's people across.
I'm coming.
Dang,
Alright.
and I die.
I'll just
so
run around.
just be careful.
I'll just run around.
It's to your left. Oh, right. Oh, never mind. I was looking at the bad guy stuff.
You gone.
I got, I got like 13 minutes. But that's the thing is that the shows in particular, I mean, I feel like certain fans like the shows. For me, they're a bit too on the cheesy side, but you've seen the shows, right?
Yeah, yeah, some bits of the show. But I mean, my point was I would assume you would have been more excited for a a Superman film because it kickstarts a whole new group of like a whole new just movies, DC, a whole new comic book genre of films to be adapted into. Because if it does good, I mean, I would even argue if it does decent, you're still gonna have a couple movies coming out. But if it does great, and the box office is crazy, and the reviews are good, bro, that's you're talking about a solid 5 to 10 years of just straight DC movies whipping out, or DC projects popping out. So I'm excited because I guess, and more excited is it depending on how this goes. I guess it depends on how much DC we're gonna get. And me being a fan of DC, I would say I'm probably more of a Marvel fan than I am of a DC fan, only because I'm more versed in what Marvel has to offer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you died?
Yeah, I was kicking
my
butt
bad.
on the rooftops. No,
Yeah, I was kicking butt on the second floor. But so what was I saying? So since I haven't really seen so much DC out there, I'm just so excited to see what this new world of DC and Batman and all these characters that I have so I guess it's just my trust in James Gunn that brings me more trust in or more trust. I said just my trust in James Gunn brings me so much more trust in this world, and that's what excites me. I guess it's not necessarily the individual movie, but more so what this movie means for DC moving forward. So.
Yeah, I will say I did see something. I don't know how true it is. How do you feel about this? So, the guy who's playing Superman said
Is
that he
this
tried to.
spoilers?
No, he said that he tried to contact Henry Cavill for advice, and Henry Cavill refused to give him any. How you feel about that?
Oh, if that's true, bro, that does not sound like Henry Cavill. I would assume if that's true. Damn, that doesn't sound like a bro move, man. And Henry Cavill's a bro.
Yeah, he's a bro. He's still a
Dang.
bro, but I
He's
mean,
still a bro. Well, until he does unbro things. But
yeah,
that's wild. If he did that, it's probably because, and I would only assume, because he doesn't want to influence him into playing Henry Cavill's type of Superman, and he would want him to be his own flavor. That would be the only reason I would assume he would say anything. But that can't be true, man. Henry Cavill's a bro.
yeah. A lot of
I
people
don't
in
know.
the
What do you think
comments.
about that?
A lot of people in the comments agree with your sentiment that it's like, oh, he's just wanting you to do it your own, kind of like how he did it his own.
And we're something that makes sense.
The
But to
thing
straight
about
up refuse? Nah.
yeah,
Fuck you.
I think that's too strong of a word, maybe for the.
Fuck you, asshole.
Well, I mean, this is a game of telephone, so maybe. maybe Henry Cavill told him something really sincere and nice, and then whoever made that post made it sound like an attack, and then it probably just jumped from one thing to another. But that there's only so much you can do with the Superman character. He has to be pretty much Captain America, but with the Sentry's powers, you know? Super
Yeah, we'll
jumps.
do living quarters.
Yes, sir. Looking for oh, there we go.
Enemy dropping into the AO.
Yeah, for me in particular, how I feel about it, I just like I don't feel salty or anything like that. I do feel like, oh yeah, he probably is asking him to kind of do his own thing, because I don't see him be like disrespectful. I see him to be very respectful individual
I'll be
and
back.
such. So it'd probably be off cuff,
Enemy
you know,
UAV is online.
having him be anything besides that. But oh, you got someone inside. You got someone inside. Where is he? Ooh. But yeah, I just feel like Henry Cavill in particular, he's very passionate dude. I think his passion definitely can,
Fuck
I don't
you,
know,
asshole.
like maybe playing a little bit devil's advocate would probably rub I said probably 5 times. Rub people the wrong way, in the sense that, you know, the directors have their vision, and then he's trying to keep it authentic, and it's kind of hard to ride that line of like, hey, I'm trying to do it justice because I am also a person that likes these things, and as someone who will love to see this is where I'm coming from. But I know that the directors themselves are like, well, this is the story I want to tell, though. Like, I want to show him this way instead of that way, or whatever. Oh crap, I die.
Yeah, son.
But,
oh, shoot him with your pistol.
Less than 25 was still standing.
But yeah. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
but with that sentiment, right, I really feel like maybe the advice that he gave him is probably, like, what advice he would have to give would be an advice that he, why he was asked, maybe. It's like, hey, I can't give you an advice. Why? Because you would not only be like, hey, another version of me in that aspect, because I have influence over
You
that,
are lesser than me. You are not the real Superman.
but
You
more
will
like,
never replace. He's like an undercover diva.
no, I would say more like he, like, hey, I don't want you to follow in my same footsteps of, like, you
Of
having
getting fired.
an idea or a thought of a character,
Yeah.
while the director has his own ideas of what that character should be. Because, I
Yeah.
mean, as Superman, he's Superman, and what you see in this trailer is him getting beaten up, and him pulling a John Wick where it's like, where's my dog? So, I'm like, okay.
Well,
So this-
you do have two completely different directors. You have Zack Snyder, which was the director of the Superman, of the Man of Steel, the Henry Cavill, and then you have Zack Snyder. He's known for big explosions, big movies.
Yeah,
I'm looking at the movies he came out. Rebel Moon. Besides the Watchmen 300, he really doesn't have a good repertoire of really great movies. Most of the movies that I'm seeing, so he has a track record of making really decent movies. I wouldn't say bad, because maybe some people like him for some certain things or whatnot. But you got Rebel Moon, the movie that just came out for Netflix. You got the Sucker Punch. Well, most recently, The Army of the Dead. You got the part 2. You got the first Aquaman. You got the bad Suicide Squad. And well, actually, that's just a great
Yeah, that was
comparison.
David
You have
Ayer.
the two
Yeah,
Suicide Squads. You have the first one that was Well,
But
I'm looking at maybe
but
did
this
he?
the second Suicide Squad was James Gunn.
And then the second one was James Gunn. So I think he might. I
The
don't
first one
know
was
the
David Ayer.
behind the scenes between the what happened with Man of Steel, but I would just assume you have your creative, you have your director, and you have your certain amount of trust in him. And if
Yeah,
you feel you're a big time actor and you feel like yes, this is a good director, but he's not like great, so I'm gonna have my input in it. Whereas there are certain directors where no matter how great an actor you are, some directors you just you shut up and listen because they're great directors. They know what they're talking about, and I'm gonna just listen to what they have to say. So
yeah,
I don't
but
know. I would just say that's in terms of behind the scenes. Besides of what you have to bring to the table as an actor, in terms of acting, when it comes to the development and the creative part of the movie, I think there is definitely a huge difference between Zack Snyder being uh being an A-list type of actor versus your Zack Snyder, or with Zack Snyder versus being an A-list
Fuck you,
actor
asshole.
with your, I would say, James Gunn. I think James Gunn has proven himself to where he might have some wacky ideas, but they play off.
Asshole.
And Zack Snyder's like, he has wacky ideas, or no, he doesn't have really wacky ideas. He's more just like big explosions,
Enemy dropping into the
big
AO.
action sequences, and his story is pretty basic.
Fuck you, asshole.
So,
Playtime's over. Stand by
but
for
then
deployment in the
again,
safe zone.
I do think there's a huge difference between Henry Cavill Superman and the other guy. Let me look up his name real quick. So, and
yeah,
And David Cornsweet. Those are definitely David Cornsweet. I don't think he's a really big known actor right now. I don't think a lot of people know him. I think is some like an actor
Mark the
that
drop
maybe
point
a
for your
few
squad
people
at the
know
end of
him
the
from
build.
certain things, but maybe more smaller, maybe TV shows, smaller movies.
Gas
He
is
probably been
approaching
in
your
smaller
position.
roles,
Move to the
but
safe zone.
I
I'll
think
let you
Henry
take lead
Cavill.
though. Where would you like to jump?
We shall go to the stadium
Stadium?
to your right,
Okay.
east. We
Yeah,
shall go east.
yeah, because Zack
But I don't
Snyder,
know.
from the circles that I've heard from him, right, other people's opinions, that
Yeah,
I'm like, okay, I see it, is that he's very style over substance. Like, hey, I'd rather make it look cool than be impactful.
yeah, yeah.
And so I'm like,
I would
okay,
agree with that. It
I see
sounds
that. Like,
like his MO.
the Martha line was pretty interesting. You know, it wasn't the best. Like, why'd you
Yeah.
say that name? It's like, okay, that's how we're gonna team up, right there.
And the
Hunt down the
casting, I don't
enemy.
know who's involved with the casting, but one of the biggest things that I see a lot on the YouTube shorts is people making fun of the way Wonder Woman said "cat," and
Kala.
yeah, and then attacking, I guess, her as a just an actor in general, or actress in general, that she's maybe not as good as an actress. But
Well, I've heard that too, where she's like, oh, the people say, oh, she just acts the same no
uh,
matter what the film is, and like, but she's kind of typecast as the badass, like every time.
yeah,
So it's like she was in what the Fast and the Furious, so
yes,
and she was badass
played
there.
played not so good. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe she's not that good of a actress. I don't really pay attention to it, not as much as I do now, because now we in this business
In this business
of
being,
films, of film watchers,
yeah,
of
film
film raiders.
filmologists, yeah.
Yes, there. That was the word I was looking for. Filmologists.
Filmologisms.
But yeah, I mean, I am excited for James Gunn. I do trust him as a director. I trust him. I trust what he has to bring to the table, and I really think he's going to do a good job. I'm excited, and I'm excited for what it means for the future if this movie's good. The only thing I have seen, and which brings me to the question if you've seen anything leading up to this movie, trailers and whatnot, but the closest to a spoiler in the movie, I've seen two reviews. Not really read them, nor know what they're really about. But the first one was uh, like a little just post on YouTube. I don't know if it's from anybody who's serious, but all it mentioned was that the reviews aren't good, but I don't trust the post. And then the other review was from, I guess it's not a review, maybe it was a review, but it was definitely a post from Mr. Sunday on his Instagram, and all he said was that he loved it. The
Oh,
post was longer, but I didn't read more into the post because I didn't want to
Squad
potentially
mates are in the safe
spoil it for
zone.
myself. But
Gas
all
is
he said was
inbound.
he loved it. So that
well,
can
that's
mean
something.
he
Yeah.
loved the time he had, loved the movie, loved the experience, loved the many things. Maybe the popcorn he had. I do not know. So, but so far so good, as far as I know.
Okay.
Other than
Well,
that, trailers here and there. I haven't seen the trailers, but I have seen snippets of the trailers.
yeah. I mean,
And
yeah, I can see that. For
what do you think? What are you expecting from this movie?
I don't know, cause like I don't want to play the comparison game, but from
Hmm.
what they shown me, like I don't really I'm not really feeling it, you know? It's like not
Yeah.
yet. So
Yeah.
that's because of the parts that they have shown, like for example, I hate playing the comparison game, but like other stuff that they showed in like as trailer wise and like uh Suicide Squad or other stuff like that, like they kind of give you the hook to it. But with this, it's more like oh, you're having a Superman who everybody's kind of questioning his identity. Like you're trying to make people question, like, hey, are you allowed to do this? And so it's like, okay, you're trying to limit Superman to specific, like, hey, just because you can, does that mean you should? Kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And it sucks because it's like, man, I kind of already seen this with Age of Ultron with just Black Widow saying, "Hey, I like you because just because you
Uh,
can win every fight, you choose not to." You know,
well, I mean,
and I'm like,
are you referring to with
so a whole
Hulk?
movie, yeah, so a whole movie of that. I'm like, so you're
I
gonna tell
mean,
me
look,
Superman ain't Superman? You can't be
rough.
Superman.
Let me tell you something, bruv.
Yeah.
It is almost impossible to have an original idea nowadays, and I think it, and it almost does. I think when you're converting a comic book character into a movie adaptation, I think it's extremely difficult as a director who's going to make the film because they're not going to be able to please anybody. You're going to have people who are going to say this, they left this out, this isn't true to the character, they should have done this, and they should have done that. As far as the Superman character goes, I think he's supposed to be the strongest. He's supposed to be invincible. Nothing is supposed to really beat him. So if I'm making a movie with Superman, I would make a movie that doesn't deal with his powers, that deals with things that are outside his powers, deals with more in terms of his person. And right now I don't know, I'm not that smart of a guy, so I wouldn't know any other story better than like, yeah, you have superpowers. Should you use them all the time? Is it? I think that's just in my opinion. Like, what else could you do? I mean,
Oh, dude,
what
you
else
could
could you
do
do?
so much stuff. So I'll give you an example, right?
Talk
Because
to me, son.
I missed the
Talk to me, son.
idea, guy.
And Mr.
So
Idea guy. He's
like
the
for
idea bro.
example, okay, so let's say Captain America, instead of like actually doing a whole Captain America 2 thing or whatever, there's this
Yeah.
cool thing that they didn't really show at all, and it was really awesome. And it was Captain America, and it was like I think they have like 30 minutes of footage of this, so that just tells me that they have so much more
Friendly
footage
loadout drops on the
of him
way.
Mhm.
adjusting to like like the modern world, and him trying to like figure out things and
Yeah.
understand technology and all
Moving
that
in.
stuff.
New safe
And
zone
what was cool
located.
is that when Colonel Fury was like, "Hey, I need you for a mission," everybody else got like a tablet and such. He got papers, like he got a folder handed to
Yeah.
him,
Because he
and he
can't
read.
read
Oh,
touchscreen.
yeah, he can't read touchscreen. So for me, like, let's say, hey, after Endgame, hey, let's take a pause. Like, people are kind of like, hey, this is like a fitting ending. Let's explore a little bit of the world. Like, we don't have to go superhero just yet. Let's do a TV show of like people adjusting from the snapping. Like, hey, how was it like for people to try to adjust and such? And they did show it a little bit, like, hey, and Endgame that,
Yeah.
but I mean, it would be kind of interesting. Like,
I
and I
mean,
feel
there.
like a
Look.
lot of YouTube people made parodies of that. Like, hey,
Yeah.
hey, I'm back after 5 years, but people are married now, or things like that. So, oh, I die.
It's fight time.
I definitely think there's storylines that would work
Welcome to the
for
Gulag. Fight to win
maybe a
redeployment.
TV show. I don't think there's many shows that really work, or many. There isn't that many ideas that you can really bring out on the film. You're limited to so much time, especially with comic books when you want to bring in multiple different characters. It's very, I would say, very difficult to have all these different type of stories and expand on them for during the movie. It would just take up time. Where they're good ideas and it's good concepts to it. But if I'm watching Captain America and the Captain America that they decided to use him in, or the movie they decided to use Captain America in, is in like Infinity War instead of another solo Captain America movie, or even in a
Success
solo
means
Captain America
redeployment.
movie.
Failure
I
means
just
elimination.
rather see a storyline that includes Bucky and have Bucky in it than you use your story to talk about like your Captain America, or just random people coming back into society, or him learning how to use an iPad. Versus, I don't know, but I would say just more in terms of. The,
Dang.
all right, I got you. I guess my point is
Glory
that
for the warriors.
I don't know why certain directors cut out a couple things, but I would assume it's for time restraints and when they have to balance out a couple characters.
Yeah,
But I I don't. I think sometimes some of the best things in movies is when you have your individual, when you can expand. And oh, I'm broke. I can't bring you back. Damn son, need some money.
yeah, 4 grand.
32. All right. Bet. Uh, I need 95. Let's go. Let's go. Just run around this building.
Yeah, but I hear you. Some people are gonna be interested in it, some other people not so much. But like, hey, we talked about
But if they
Mephisto
do a
last
good
time.
job.
It's like, oh look, yeah, Mephisto's in it. You know what's funny is that there's a comic where there's this guy who was being messed with by Thanos. All his birthdays, he would poop on it pretty much by making like stuff break, stuff happen. He burned his apartment down. He killed his parents, and Thanos was just messing with this dude
I got scared.
every
Yeah.
day until this guy died. There's like, hey, make a TV show of just like side comics like that. There's this other person where, hey, Thanos as another person help grandma. Um, well, I'll let you focus.
No, I hear you.
Um, okay. Um, Nice. Like
You
help the
gotta treat
grandma.
these like search and destroy. You just gotta go
Gotta
after
go
them.
in.
Yeah, you just gotta go.
Help the grandma cross the street. And everybody's like, wow, that's kind of weird. Why would you help a random lady cross the street? And it turns out that because he helped this lady cross the street, this other lady didn't help this girl cross. Like, a girl couldn't have the opportunity to help this lady, which resulted in her not having the idea to cure cancer. So, he did all this, butterfly effect stuff. And I'm
Yeah.
like, dang, Thanos is devious, man. But that kind of lets you know, like, oh, that's how he knows Tony Stark, or whatever. But I could see how sometimes it's kind of nice to know, like, dang, he knew Tony Stark? Like, how does he know Tony Stark? It doesn't kill the
Ooh, you were free, man.
stuff.
You a cheap date.
A cheap date,
But
$4,000.
yeah.
I don't know.
I think
For
certain
me, I
things,
just feel
yes,
like
it's good. I would say sometimes it's better to leave things in speculation without knowing, as long as it doesn't create like a plot hole. I think if it creates a huge plot hole, then that doesn't make but leave certain things in speculation, especially if they make sense. Leave it in speculation. If it doesn't make sense, then yeah, you have to explain it.
of course.
Oh, there's a guy.
Oh, are we far away from each other? Yeah, we're probably pretty far.
Hostile UAV in the area.
Hostile UAV in the area.
Got his ass. Anyways, I am excited. I think sometimes the best films are made, or the best things are made when you take a small little, very good, impactful idea, and you expand on an impactful idea. Do you know who hit you?
Yeah, it was two mates.
What's his name?
Those bro.
Two of them?
It was two.
Those other bros?
Those other bros, yeah.
Those bastard
Anti-bros. The anti-bros.
I've got a good shop on anti-bro. Where am I at? 20? I don't know how much is it to bring you 4,000 to deploy you? Jesus!
Yeah, man, I'm more of a multiplayer guy. This is really
Yeah, man,
hard.
this game,
Nice.
Yeah, well, not nice when you can't kill him.
I mean,
I don't have any bullets.
2 more bullets.
Alright, I'm gonna leave. I need to get you back. I don't have bullets on this Napas. See if I could get some moolah. What were you saying? What was your question?
No, well,
Before
for
I
me-
rudely interrupted.
So pretty much, what I'm trying to say is that there's a lot of material to work on.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to start a universe, I guess Superman.
You gotta keep it basic, and you gotta deal with what works. You can't
But you think
keep it simple.
you think James Gunn is kind of banking on the fact that, like, hey, you kind of know who, like, people who've seen this know. Oh, I saw someone to. It's your 3 o'clock. It's now your 5 o'clock.
Dang! My watch is broken.
Okay.
Northeast, west, south.
I don't have the radar. Let me see. Well, forget about it. Yeah.
Forget about it.
Forget about it. Don't worry about it.
Well, yeah, I like that. I think that's the Spider-Man type of work. The new Spider-Man, when it's an overplayed storyline, unnecessary to.
Oh, by the bus. Yeah. Good job.
I don't think it's necessary to explain who Superman is. I think we've seen him in enough movies, and we know who he is. He's a good guy. And Man of Steel is pretty decent. Decent enough that we still want Henry Cavill to be a Superman. And we think he can still play Superman. He could probably even play a variant of Superman. But so I do think he's still pretty. I don't think we need a So, were you saying you like that or you don't like that about what James Gunn is going to do with Superman?
Well, I don't. I think this is the first time people are seeing like Guy Gardner, which is that type of
Green Lantern
Green Lantern. Now
with
this Green
his OG
Lantern,
haircut.
yeah,
Yeah,
this
dude.
Green Lantern in the comics is known to be like a silly, incompetent guy.
His the only
Um,
thing silly about him is his haircut. He don't look serious. I'll tell you that.
but I do see that they are trying to play him serious on this one, and they're trying to, like, I have a feeling like if
Gas
I
is
was a
moving.
betting man, I have a feeling
Yeah.
that he's not going to be the incompetent, silly guy. I mean, he is going to be silly, but I don't think he's going to be incompetent. I feel like we did get a hint, and I guess this is a minus spoiler because it comes from the actor's mouth. I love the actor, by the way. Love him. I wish he was Nathan Drake.
Oh,
Uh, but with him in particular, he yeah, he said that he's the type of guy who does the dirty job that you want to send him through. So maybe might see a Green Lantern versus Superman type of thing. Um, but I don't know.
oh, to capture him because he does get captured or brought in. That's a pretty decent spoiler.
Maybe no. Well, that's more of a speculation. But if you have, hey, I need
Yeah, I
someone
mean, if
to
it
do
happens,
that. Yeah.
yeah, that's interesting. And yeah, that's interesting. That would work.
Yeah,
It's a
but
lot of Superman talk. Well, I guess it's coming up. What about Fantastic Four? I mean, we know how that's gonna end. Damn, these snipers don't kill. Where you at, Hope?
wow,
Thought
you
you
marked
were,
him.
bro. What an idiot. He is das idiot, bros.
Dang.
That guy
He
got
hit you.
me. He hit me with a sniper and it only hit my shield. That must have been.
Nice.
That's very annoying.
Yeah, cause he. Oh,
Ooh, I
there's
can bring you
someone
back.
on that building right there.
Yes,
Uh,
but what is the point of playing if my bros is not bros? Ah, it's close. Ah, close. That was me
Closing
shooting
in.
too quickly.
Get to the new safe zone.
oh, he's looking at you now.
Dang.
One of 25
It's the
I
remaining.
gulag
almost, I
again.
almost had him. Nah,
It's no
nah, you only
gulag.
get the gulag once.
It's no gulag.
But yeah, overall, I'm more excited. What movie do you think is gonna be better? You
Um,
do, you do excitement and being better is it is different.
yeah, there is difference. Well, I would say that what will end up being better for sure. I feel like if we were looking at box office, I I really feel like Fantastic Four will still beat it. Why? Because it's
What?
yeah,
Box
man.
office? You
Box
think
office, boxing
Fantastic Four?
in the
You don't think
office.
you don't think the basic people who don't I don't I mean basic as a term of endearment. But you think your average moviegoers are gonna be excited to watch a movie that they already seen? Not that they have already seen, but a group of people that they've already seen thrice times. And one of those thrice times was a horrible movie. You think that's still gonna rake in some dollar bills?
Dude, but you're talking about
I think that old lady needs to go to sleep. That
but you're
dance is
talking
no
about
longer producing money.
Superman, who also hasn't had a track record, right? First
Ah,
Superman that so Henry
he got
Cavill
me.
Superman, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he
But
broke this
people
dude's
know
neck.
Superman.
Yeah,
Old
but
people
he
know
he
Superman.
he broke this guy's neck. So it's
Mama
like,
knows
whoa,
Superman.
that's not what Superman does. And then you saw the Justice League. That was horrible.
I don't know
And
if
you saw
Superman does or does not do that. If I'm an old lady and I see that Superman breaks another Superman's neck, I would just think that was tough. And Superman does that in tough circumstances. But I definitely all right. So this is a good bet, and we'll figure out what will the losing man loses. But I have my money that Superman makes more money versus the Fantastic Four.
I feel like Fantastic Four beats it. You know why? Because I
This
see. You know who? Like Fantastic Four. I would say. I think Superman has
Because there's four of them
Burger King, right?
on the
They have a Burger
yeah.
King
Because he's
advertisement,
yeah.
and then
Because they're
and
cheap.
no, I'm saying that there's like a Superman Burger King special
Enemies are
right
dropping
now.
into the
Yeah.
area.
Fuck you,
Watch the
asshole.
sky.
I mean,
and then
Warner Brothers needs this to make money. They's a broke company.
But
Disney.
Fantastic Four has Little
Yeah.
Caesars. There's a Little Caesars pizza. Fantastic
Yeah,
Four
have you got
edition.
it?
Yeah,
I've been
I got
wanting to
it.
get it.
It's pretty good.
What were your 4 toppings?
It's chosen for you. I
Enemy
think it's
soldier incoming.
Oh, really?
yeah.
What if you don't like jalapenos?
Well, then you don't like
All stations,
the
Shadow
Human
01.
Torch, then.
Deployment
Fuck you,
to the war zone
asshole.
has been authorized.
That does make sense.
Yeah. So, so yeah, I mean, the merchandising that I'm
It's
seeing,
pre-chosen.
Fantastic Four is definitely like I love their sweaters. I want their sweaters.
They are pretty nice. That I love the blue. Definitely a clean blue.
The blue and white, heck yeah.
Yeah, that's that modern, contemporary, futuristic, yet based on the old school type of style.
Let's do storage.
Speaking of which, I don't
time.
know what contemporary means. Do you know what contemporary means? I've been meaning to look it up. I have no idea what that means.
It's kind of like a contemporary is kind
It's
of
like modern, kind of ish.
No,
but
it's like 50s
I don't
style. It's it's
modern.
like very
I'm gonna look it up.
okay. Look,
No, but tell me, what's your understanding?
it's like
What are your
Fallout.
expectations of what contemporary means, and I'll tell you what it is.
It's like Fallout. You have your
Or
played
my,
Fallout before?
Contemporary. Yes, I have seen people play. Living or occurring at the same time. That is the adjective
You're clear to engage
belonging
all
to or
hostiles.
occurring in the present. A person or thing living or existing at the same time as another. Didn't do a pretty good job at explaining it. But whatever. But did you get your tickets for Superman yet or no?
No, I don't need to get them that fast because the way how
Where you live,
yeah, I could just go and
just show up.
be like show up and be like, hey, I would
Nice.
like this ticket for Superman, please, and have a good
Nice.
seat.
Yes.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten them yet. I need to get them. I'm gonna get them tomorrow, but I'm afraid they're already.
See, that
sold
just
out.
tells me, you know, Fantastic
I'm
Four
not.
is gonna
Yeah.
beat the box office.
No, I
Yeah.
just I forget. I5 get. I don't Fantastic for it. I5 it. I forget it. I5 get it. But anyways, now to our main event. It's time to talk about Ballerina. Yes.
Yes, let's do it.
Let's go! Ballerina time! So before we start off, trailer thoughts. Our trailer thoughts is a segment that we have. It's pretty much our thoughts before we watch before we've seen the movie. We've already seen the movie. We haven't really discussed our trailer thoughts, but I think it would be
45
not
long slide,
the hardest
laser
thing.
sighting.
Ooh, somebody tried to snipe me, but they suck. But it wouldn't be too difficult for us to, I guess, get a basic breakdown of what maybe we would have thought the movie was.
Yeah, so expectations. Yeah.
So, trailer thoughts. What was your expectations before you watched the movie of what the movie was potentially gonna movie about?
Well, I honestly thought that I mean, I really had high hopes with it. I really thought it was gonna be pretty cool.
Yes.
I liked the fact that they had like it was really surprising to show John Wick on the
Yeah.
trailer as like, oh, he's gonna be the bad guy. So there's this movie called Hitman that they kind of did the same thing. It's not about the Hitman, but he's in it, and he kind of plays as like the Terminator to the film. So
Interessanti.
it's like, dang, that's pretty cool, because he's
Yeah.
a badass, and you're trying to
Your
like,
squad, mate.
And you
Make
know
him
what he
hunt
is. You know
somebody.
what he's about.
You're losing
You know what
ground.
John Wick is.
So for me, I'm like, okay, well, that's gonna be interesting, and it made me think, like, dang, dude, if there was like a Terminator style thing, and John Wick ended up being the dude,
That's a great concept, though.
that's
Not gonna lie.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds pretty
I mean, of
interesting.
course, you could be like, oh, well, won't you rewatch the first film? But it's like, yeah, but and it did cut at the kid's point of view from time to time. But someone that's also an assassin, that's like, dang,
Heads up.
I'm
An
being
enemy squad
hunted,
marks you as a
and I'm
bounty
actually
target.
currently being hunted too in this
Hmm.
game. Um, yeah.
So that's
Oh,
what you're. Oh, you are. Oh, need to protect you. You are. We need to stay on the run because it's like a heartbeat monitor, but it activates every once in a while. So as long as we stay on the run, it won't get your precise location. But if you stay put, I think that's how it works. Not too familiar.
okay. We can probably.
Unless you want to run and then you hide at the gas station, and then I'll hunt them at a distance.
Okay, we can do that too.
Spoiler alert, I'll be the John Wick to your what was her name? Eve?
Eve, yes,
Eve Macaroni? Something like that.
yes.
Ends up I die first. But my expectations were I it's a spin-off of John Wick. I This movie, the style is very action packed. I don't expect it to be heavily orientated in its storyline. If it is, then I don't think it was gonna do good. So I guess my expectations before watching the film was that it was gonna be very action packed with a lot more creative action because it's gonna be the only way you can really entice people to watch this film is by having action that you don't get from John Wick, but you're here because of the action from John Wick. So we need that action to feel exciting, but
Solid work evading the enemy.
different.
Clear for now.
Oh, I almost got him.
Oh, you're engaging? You gotta tell me.
Oh, I got them both.
Ooh,
No, man, you
send
gotta
them
stay
both to
alive.
me. Well, I'm already good on that. They say, oh, good job on staying
Oh,
alive.
nice.
Yeah.
Why don't you help me cut? No, I'm playing. But yeah, that's what my expectations were for the film. Did it exceed? All right. So now we're talking about the film. You want to break down a little bit of the story, or?
Um, yeah, sure, I could break down the story. So the story goes that it kind of starts off with a little bit of a mystery, right? You get
All right, let's spoilers by the way.
you get a nice scene by, daughter and father kind of dancing, and they're kind of reminiscing on the moment, saying like, hey, I love you, I'll protect you,
Yeah.
and things
Time
like
out.
that. Yeah.
My bad, bro. I didn't mean to cut you off. Would you like to talk about the story whilst we partake into just discussing it bit by bit? Kind of like beat by beat with a little bit storyline, discussing how we felt during the storyline, and then and then heavy, just heavy spoilers throughout.
Sure, if that's what
Or
you like.
what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think?
Oh, well, you can
This is
always you can just how about that? You
you could
introduce.
really interrupt
Yeah,
whenever you want.
just tell yeah, on the part where it's like, oh,
Fuck
let's
you,
talk about that
asshole.
scene real quick, and then we'll go from there. So then that way, and then I'll give my 2 cents at it, and then I'll just keep going after that. How about it? That way it's like it's a good flow.
Smooth flow.
It's a good
By the way,
flow.
for our listeners,
Okay,
this
I'm
is
headed your way.
our first official movie review explanation talk,
Yeah.
and it's live. So we are gonna tweak some stuff. We are gonna work on it a little bit and figure out the best formula for it. But so far, if it sounds a little butchered, uh, this is what you get from watching this live. You get the pure, fully unfiltered things that won't be on our actual uploads. So,
Yeah. This is
anyways,
yeah, it's Butcher.
this is the butcher. This is
It's Butcher.
full raw, uncooked,
Yeah.
uncut. This is the good stuff.
It's Butcher. Alright, so um So yeah, so it's a father reminiscing with his kind of like his daughter saying, "Hey, I'll protect you. Everything's gonna be okay." Like that, consoling touch. And then they show this awesome like castle-like location that was by the
Very nice.
water, very
Very
beautiful
nice. Their
architecture.
locations are on point.
Yes. And so with that, I mean, yeah, you cut to the daughter being in her room, looking at the ballerina, looking like a music box, and she's kind of enjoying the moment too. And then the moment gets really interrupted while the dad's like in the bathroom, um, by an elite squad of people, and then the dad goes straight into like John Wick mode, as we'll call it,
Head to the
Yeah.
and
safe zone.
then starts
Gas is
being
closing in.
badass with with pretty much fighting the first guy off with a towel, and
Yeah.
then grabbing like the first thing that he can get, which is gas grenades. And
So I guess yeah, we're definitely
Enemy UAV
doing a
overhead.
beat by beat with the storyline. So I yeah, I guess I'll interrupt you rudely. I'm sorry. With thoughts, and then we'll talk about the thoughts. So yes, cut, action, back in. So when I first saw that, so I was setting myself up to watch the film. We did end up watching this film at home. You watched it at yours, and I saw it at mine. So we did end up watching it at our house. We didn't watch it in the movie theater. So when the movie started off, I was setting myself up. I was situating myself, and when I saw that guy with his daughter in the beginning of the film, I skipped a little bit of the beginning and got into where he was protecting her and taking her to protect her and put her because the bad guys were coming and there was this situation happening. My immediate thoughts were, oh, is this young John Wick? Look, it is young John Wick, and Ballerina's gonna end up being his daughter. And that was my first initial
Enemy
thoughts because you
UAV
had the long
online.
hair, you had the beard, then you had the tattoos in the back. So I'm like, okay, we're gonna get a little bit of an intro for who John Wick was. And my initial thoughts were, that's a very interesting casting choice. This guy, I guess, looks like John Wick because of the long hair and the beard, but at the same time, looks nothing like John Wick. And then as the story started to go and then the action began, that's when I immediately found out, okay, yeah, this is not John Wick. This guy is getting his ass kicked. John Wick would not let this happen. And that was like my immediate, okay, yeah, we got our John Wick, but this is not John Wick. This is fake Wick. Same beard, same hair. Wrong guy though.
Enemy advanced UAV overhead.
interesting.
Come.
Well, for me, I do like the sequence with with the gas grenade stuff. It was very stylish. It was very cool, and so
Yeah,
yeah, he ends up like doing his thing to the point, and he grabs his child and it's like, hey, do as we practice, and they both kind of go off to a safety spot, goes to a false wall, like a Murphy bookshelf kind of a thing, where the
yeah,
bookshelf becomes a door or so, and then tries to have her safe while he tries to take care of business. But
yeah. So the girl's
abruptly,
not shocked at all seeing the death. She gets shocked at the moment of killing. So at when and not even shocked, more so accepting the fact, okay, I committed something that I wasn't supposed to. But so then he's definitely protecting this girl, but he's not protecting this girl from something she's never seen before. He's more so saving this girl from
Hostile
something he
UAV
doesn't
in
want
the
her
area.
a part of.
well,
Which is that's what I got.
oh, you got that from the very beginning?
Yeah, because I would just assume you're a young kid, unless I would assume the way you would direct a young kid in a film, when there is people dying and your dad's getting his ass kicked. you're gonna be freaking out. You're gonna either go into shock, you don't know what's going on, you're gonna be screaming, you're gonna be scared. You're not gonna expect to know what's going on, and or you see the hidden rooms, you have this layout of if something goes down. I mean, modern kids, today's kids, the average kid, the only thing we know is don't talk to strangers. They offer you candy, you go run it, right? You're not prepared to see your dad get like attack 50 people or go into your hidden bunker, the hidden door, the hidden passageway. So, like my first thoughts were he's saving this girl. He's not like she knows what's going on. It's pretty much what my thoughts were. It's like okay, he's saving this girl. Like that's where I was getting from it from the beginning.
Well, he
Scene.
did say at the beginning, before he grabbed her, like, hey, as we practice. So, yeah, they practiced this before.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. Cha.
Oh yeah, there you go. Jaw,
Oh, yeah.
dude.
Cha. Yeah, dude. And so, yeah, so he gets kind of uh, overwhelmed by a lot of people, and then
Yeah.
gets placed on his knees. But yeah, he took care of quite a few people, so you could tell, like, wow, this guy
This guy knows what he is doing.
he knows what he's doing.
Do you know? Did you know that? Did you at any moment thought that was John Wick?
No,
Was that just me?
because he's a
Oh.
Hispanic guy, man. He's the John Wick.
And
isn't
that's
Hispanic.
where I also thought I was like, okay, this was an interesting casting choice. This guy looks more Hispanic, but it would make sense because Ana de Armas is a little bit she's a Spain Cuban, I think, actress. Well, her accent, and I was expecting her to have like a thick Spanish accent. And so I'm like, okay, maybe they had John Wick when he was young look more Hispanic, and then when he grew out of looking Hispanic. That was my thoughts. I was like, alright. That was interesting.
Broke their armor. Changing mags.
Oh! Oh man, I almost had him.
Oh dang! I didn't know he was still. Oh my darling. Okay, I got.
Yeah,
you
we
too.
both died. Is this duos or is it just me and you versus groups of people?
No, it's duels.
Uh,
Get the gulag. Yeah, so he gets sent to the gulag almost in his own house, and the girl is like, she moves like part of the false wall to kind of see her dad, and now you get introduced by the big bad, pretty much.
Almost your turn, soldier.
oh, I died. He got me.
Be advised,
He got me.
the squad is down. It's up to you
Yeah.
now.
Good luck, player.
Their mission. They're
Yeah, I'm gonna
heading back to
try.
base.
I've been throwing
Earn
rocks at
redeployment
my
or
opponent.
die
My
trying.
opponent.
Yeah. So the movie immediately sets up its revenge film. This is going to be instead of they killed my papi, is they killed my father.
Yeah, they killed my father. My name is. You must
Oh,
die.
wow.
That was super easy. Super easy. I was throwing rocks at him. I guess I stunned him.
Good for you. You scared him.
I scared him.
Oh, you have just enough to get me back.
Where is where do I go to get you back?
You go to a cart, one of the carts, and you buy me out. So right there to your right, where that car is at, in the middle of nowhere. No, it's gonna be behind that wall, on the other side of the wall. Yeah, and then you can buy me in. The other side. Yeah,
Of course.
and then you, buy me back.
Oh, there it is. Redeploy all.
Yes.
Thanks. Very nice. Oh yeah, my favorite pistol. Yes, the SOCOM.
So I'm gonna go right towards the buildings. Ooh, there's a car coming your way.
Target squad is outside
So
the
since you
safe
kind of
zone.
jumped ahead just a bit, I really thought it was really cool how the girl, like, I knew this was gonna happen where the girl was gonna be like, hey, stop, and things like that. But I thought it was really cool how the dad
A lot of weapons in here.
went full John Wick mode,
Fuck you, asshole.
saved,
So-
like,
So how about this? Well, let's get brief breakdown of what the film was. Don't go into too much details, and then whatever
It was
details
what
we
you
want to talk
ordered.
about.
Oh crap.
My bad. I am bad bros. I am not good bros.
Oh my gosh. How many headshots did people need? I died again. I
Alright.
done died. Watch out, they're about to tank or whatever that thing is called. Okay. So yeah, I did well kind of finish my thought. I did like how the dad like immediately like kicked butt because I thought he was gonna die right then and there. I thought the proposal
Oh.
that
Yeah.
he got was pretty interesting. Like, oh, you can kill yourself and we'll take and your daughter will be saved.
Yeah,
Oh.
that to me was like I hate that. I hate those
That proposal?
yeah, what is it, that
Ultimatum.
ultimatum. That ultimatum, like, meaning if I was that person, I would have hated that ultimatum. Not that I hate that ultimatum as how they presented it in the film, but more so if I was that guy, dude. There is no security in that ultimatum that you kill me, she is safe, unless you know what he's about, and then that's more into. But in that moment, that you don't know who that guy's about, you don't know who that girl is towards that guy. You just know he tells her in that moment, "We let you marry into or marry my daughter or something like that. I let you, like, pretty much we gave you permission to join us, and you
Yeah.
had our daughter, and now you're trying to take my daughter or your daughter."
Yeah, the
But
granddaughter.
just that idea, that ultimatum is like, in that moment, what security do I have once I'm dead? The only security I have of her being good is by me being alive, because I'm the only protector she has. So just that ultimatum in general that's tough, bro. I would hate that situation. Good thing it
Yeah.
played out. Good thing she yelled.
Heck, because he would have 100% gone through with it, you know?
Yep.
100%.
She came in clutch with that yell.
Yeah.
But anyways, so how about let me break down the movie just real quick, and then we'll go into details, whatever you want to talk about. You want to do
Okay.
that?
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
we're not breaking down scene by
Well,
scene.
well, the people who go and see this already gonna have seen it, so if you don't want to go through the breakdown, you don't have to, but
Use this
I'll let you
time
do
for
you.
some target practice. The real thing's coming soon.
Huh?
Yeah, go ahead. Take the lead, bro.
My bad.
No, you good.
Alright. Mouth
Falafel?
word.
No.
So Ballerina, what's the movie about? Pretty much, it's a little girl her dad gets killed in front of her eyes, and then she goes out to kill the guy who kills her dad, and then that's pretty much the breakdown of the film.
Yeah, is
Nice.
what's his name? Antonio Montoya. It's Antonio Montoya's version. Like it's his side of the story of um of the of the story. You kill my father. My name's Antonio, but what's his name? Dang it, I forget the line. It's such a famous line. I don't think we didn't grow up watching Princess Diaries, and I saw it.
No, man, does not sound like something I would watch growing up, man.
Dude, you would love to see this film, but to not talk about that right now. Princess,
Alright.
I think no, it's not Princess Diaries. It's I'll look it up. I'll look up the name.
Alright,
People know what I'm
alright.
talking about. It's
Alright,
just escaping
sweet.
my soul right now.
We'll go to hospital.
Hospital. Okay.
Southeast. No, wait, northeast.
Watch the skies.
North, south, east. It's east.
It's east of me.
Yeah.
But
Alright,
yeah.
anyways,
So
proceed. So much for a breakdown. Instead, it was just another rude interruption. Sorry, guys. I'll be better. I
No,
am
you're
bad.
good,
I
bro,
am
you're
das rude, bro.
So, what the heck is that, a dude?
Yeah.
Fuck you, asshole.
Oh dang! As soon as I got a pistol or something, kick his butt,
I got
bro.
him.
Beat him up.
Gonna be okay.
Got his ass. Got his arse.
Heck yeah, man.
I'll be
I'm like,
back.
wait until my brother comes and gets you. And then boom, you came. There you go.
I
Should
thought his
probably.
friend came up. They definitely landed close.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
there he is.
um, there's 2 weapons
Fuck
here.
you.
Wow, this guy's very passionate. Um, dang it. These snipers
Oh,
aren't the best.
got me. I almost had him.
Oh. Is there someone on the rooftops?
No, we're good.
I'll be back.
There's a helicopter.
There was a
Okay.
guy, but I scared him off.
So pretty much bottom line, it is a revenge story. Starts with a montage of her trying to pretty much it's an interesting take on a montage because she's like, hey, her like she was struggling with her training and then all of a sudden got inspiration on
You were saying that was interesting?
her training. Yeah, I thought that was kind of an interesting take to a montage, you know.
Nah, dude. I would argue it was the most basic way of doing the montage. My and so when I was watching that montage, I just felt. What I mean is, and that montage was
Inserting armor.
I during the montages, which I understand. I mean, which interestingly enough, and the point that I forgot to make up, a
Changing mags.
this is a what's it called? Damn, my bad, bro. Like getting distracted with the game, I'm losing my thoughts, and I'm like thinking of a couple of things at the same time. But
Okay,
this is yes, you go, and then maybe I can
so let me ask
regather
you
my
the
thoughts.
question, right? What was
Yeah,
your expectation of this film? After seeing the trailer, what was
yeah.
your expectation of the film?
Well, I didn't see the trailer. I stayed blind to the trailer. I never saw the trailer, but I did see John Wick in the posters. I do think people like Ana de Armas. She's very involved in the Black
Squad in the
Ops
safe
with
zone.
well, not very involved,
Gas
but
is
she
moving.
has her skins out in Black Ops. So that just made me. My initial thought was she's definitely
An
gonna
enemy squad
survive.
is hunting you.
She's
Stay
definitely
sharp.
gonna live. She's definitely gonna be a player that they're gonna try to bring back, like John Wick. And I would assume that if you have her in the cover of the film in your John Wick universe, it's probably because this is going to be a character that is going to be I don't know, a big part of the franchise, but definitely a part of the franchise. So, and then with John Wick involved, my thoughts were and my expectations were, okay, they want her to meet John Wick, something's gonna happen between them. But whatever happens, the point is for them to essentially, in other words, like get to know each other and become friends, become associates. Like I know you, kind of like you're like the sword guy from John Wick. What was it, John Wick 3, where they ended up fighting at the end of the film,
Yeah,
where they
the
had to kill each
blind
other.
assassin. Yeah,
Or that well, that was or okay. That's an even better example. The blind assassin, the Donnie Wu, his character. I don't know if that's his name, but definitely his name in a film or in something. But so it was gonna be kind of like that type of intro is what I was gonna expect in this film. Like this is gonna be a character kind of like the blind swordsman assassin that they meet up somewhere, they become close, they become good friends, and that's what this is. It's going to be the intro of this person, and John Wick is going to end up essentially being a good associate of this person. So that's kind of what my expectations were with her. So my oh dude, my bad. I shot. I still have that. And so it's not that I lost my train of thought. It's that that word is slipping from my brain. Oh, what about you, bro?
uh,
Why ask that question?
So my follow-up is, are you surprised that that she got a movie, like, this movie exists in that aspect? Like, do you feel like, those other stories to be told, no stories to be told? Like, what was your expectation? Oh crap, they're down. Oh, they're coming up. Oh, you just jumped right into it. Okay.
Oh. I fell right into it.
Oh jeez, I got.
Nice night for a walk.
Okay. There's two.
Contract
Yep.
failed. Objective lost.
Damn. Gulag. Yeah. Me. So
Welcome to the Gulag.
But yeah.
Fight
So
to win
what would?
redeployment.
Are you surprised that this film exists?
Dude, my brain is drawing a blank. What is the name of the beginning of a character's story? Dude,
Origin.
I can't. Origin story. God, bro, I am das dumb, bros. Jesus.
They're ready to fight.
So,
Next.
so yeah, this is the first origin story that we're seeing, or the origin story in this John Wick universe. So that was definitely something that was interesting to me. How that we're doing an origin story, and in this origin story, I guess it was important to see a character fail and from their failure become better, learn from their failure, learn how to develop. And I guess they wanted to play it off quickly. They didn't want to focus too much on it. They just wanted to show you, okay, this person she's needs to learn how to be a badass. And the best way we can teach us, have this person become a badass without investing too much of a storyline to it, is through a quick montage of her getting her ass kicked and then figuring it out and then becoming the ass kicker. I don't think it's overplayed, but I do feel that type of montage, it's used. And I wouldn't say often. I would.
Fuck you,
Ooh,
asshole.
wow, almost killed you. But it's definitely something that you see in movies. It's not nothing new. It's definitely something that is played off when you do have a montage of a character learning how to become good. You have them getting, in this case, getting their ass kicked, getting shot, and then some characters say something very simple to them, and then because of what they said, now they immediately become the best in everything. They become the best. They figure out how to beat the game. They figure out how to finish their training. So I think I just thought it was like a little bit overplayed, and I thought it was a little basic in terms of the storyline in that aspect of the montage. That's what I got from it. You said it was unique to you though. Why? What made you think it was unique?
It's because they really didn't show you the individual truly succeed. Definitely be eager for it because, you know, they...
Oh, she did succeed. She beat the big guy. They told her fight like a girl, and she hit him in the nuts. And then that was it. Gave it, and then she defeated him. I thought it was really funny. And it's one of the moments that I laughed out loud. Two moments in this film made me laugh out loud. The first one was when she beat the guy that she got beat up by. The lady was like, "Fight like a girl. It's your problem. You're a girl. You're not gonna beat him in strength," which is smart advice. And she hit him in the nuts, and it was the proper thing to do because you're a girl, and that's what he's a man. That's what you gotta figure out. And then what made me laugh was when she defeated him, she double tapped him and hit him when he was down. I was like, damn man, that's your colleague, bro. That's your trainer. You ain't gotta do him like that.
I felt like that was a little bit overkill. But what I mean is like her, like to kind of move a little forward, like her first mission was very, like it was very sloppy. And when I saw that, I'm like, I looked at it with a lot of admiration because I'm like, dang, like this as an actress perspective, because I'm like, man, she really got punished on this film.
Okay, I see what you're saying. So you're saying no more so like, well, to understand a little bit more is, in this world of John Wick, in this universe, we are seeing a difference in your ultimate skill, which we would characterize John Wick as being the ultimate skilled person, and somebody who is an assassin in this world who is not as skilled as John Wick, but understanding they have flaws. They're not gonna be a John Wick. They're not gonna be it. Well, I mean, although John Wick did get his ass kicked in the John in the first time he went to that club, yeah, with that
Basement
one guy,
4.
when he went to go kill, he did get knocked down from the second floor to the first floor by that one guy. But he did also got his buttocks beaten in.
Yeah. But as a film in total, right? So,
Hmm.
you know, your thoughts about the film. What was your
Hostile
impression?
UAV in
Did
the
you like it?
area.
Did you not like it?
I definitely enjoyed it. I enjoyed the film a lot. I thought it was very fun. I would have liked to have more different. Considering it's in the John Wick world, I did feel like it. There's a couple things that I just felt were focusing it on it a little bit more. I felt like it took
Fuck
away
you,
from.
asshole.
Well, I think it's. So I've had an issue. I haven't been able to really formulate it into a proper thought, but I've had an issue that I think is going on a lot, where you have your main person, you have your character, who is extremely good at what they do, or extremely skilled, or at least the baddest of the bad. And then they have all these what I would call these PC players, these fake bad or they're bad guys that they're out to kill you, but they're not the main focus. And because they're not the main focus, they're gonna die. They're gonna get their ass beat. But it doesn't matter if you send out one or two or 1,000 of them. They all die quickly. And so that would only tell you one or two things. Either these bad guys
Gas is
truly
closing
suck,
in. Relocate to the
or
safe zone.
the person that's beating these bad guys up are just extremely good, extremely skilled. They're just at another level. So I did feel that way towards the end of the film, when she was going through that little town. I was just thinking, it was just a thought that came to my head where I was like, these bad guys suck. Like either they suck and this is a town dedicated into, I guess, being assassins, or or could you just imagine John Wick going through these people? He would go through them like butter because she's going through them like butter. And then there was that scene where they met up, her and John Wick, and she stood absolutely no chance against John Wick. He outskilled her in every way. And so it was just that little nitpick kind of, I guess it kind of forces me to not really give it like a full, if I were to rate it, like a full rating, because I do see that and I feel like I'm
Head to the
seeing that a
safe
lot.
zone. Gas is closing
So,
in.
what about you? Did you like the film? What'd you think about it? Did you enjoy it? And what are
Yeah.
your thoughts on that? What are your thoughts on my thoughts of over like bad guys who just suck and just
Well, I mean, it's a town. I could see
yeah
that in the town, like the kids' playground area, like there was a place where they like a shooting range style thing. So even for fun, kids shoot guns. So they are
yeah
very familiar with that. Now, as for so there's a difference between being very good at shooting versus being very good at like um jeez being very
Oh,
good
I
at
got Beavis and Butthead downstairs. They're both low.
Enemy
Fuck you,
UAV up
asshole.
ahead.
whoa, what the heck.
Did you get got?
No, I got one,
Squad mate
but
has
I don't
entered
know
the
where
Nice.
gulag.
the
They'll need to survive to
other dude
redeploy.
is.
Make sure you kill him completely. Make sure he dead dead.
Fuck you.
There, he's dead.
Cause I could self revive.
Um, yeah. Let's see. That's a good, better version of what the heck?
Nice. Come back.
Squad mate has been cleared for redeployment.
Okay, I'm gonna stay near the area. so that way you can come back and.
Did you get the second guy or no?
Yeah, I got them both. They, they
Yeah,
both done.
jeez.
I mean, technically, yeah. So as far as I thought about the movie in particular, I did enjoy it. The editing is really weird. I didn't like how the editing of the film was.
Hmm.
I felt like it was like editing really changes the feel of a movie, the pretty much the like everything about a movie. I
Yeah.
felt like it wasn't really well edited, which oh crap, there's a sniper, which affects the pacing. Ooh, they got me in one hit. Um, oh, okay, it's called the cat. D. So
You didn't like the editing?
no, I just felt like it was edited kind of strangely.
You're
Ooh.
going down.
Good
What
one.
do you mean by that?
Gas is moving in.
Like it wasn't
Safe zone
well
located.
edited. Like the pacing,
Mhm.
you know. So like, let's say for example, we saw Thunderbolts. Like that was really well edited. The pacing was
Yeah.
nice. Everything was like,
Okay.
dang, it was good. I just felt like
Yeah.
it was just like they were going to use part of it as like the beginning part where her character is with her dad at the beginning. Like I could see how that
Mhm.
was like was supposed to be like a flashback or something along those lines, but
Yeah.
they've dubbed over the voice, and you can tell it was dubbed because for someone that is messing with the Dragon Ball Z show and
The
is trying to
editing.
make their own version
Yeah.
of it, I can tell when the voice doesn't match up with
Yeah.
the mouth.
All
And
squad mates are in the
yeah,
safe
when you
zone.
see these things, I'm like, okay, so
Losing
they had
ground,
an
move it.
idea, and for pacing, oh, there's someone here. For pacing, I think they decided to go a different direction. Dang, I die again.
They got me.
And so, man,
Loaded
break
fresh
his
mag.
stuff. And it's just him too, I think.
Tactical incoming.
Oh, what?
He got us both.
25 was still standing.
Dang.
Let's do a resurgence, because I feel like we get too
Yeah, dude.
distracted on this.
Yeah, it's because we talk very well, and then out of nowhere we just get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So you feel the editing was an issue with it?
yeah, I just feel like I could see how they wanted to do some stuff as a flashback, and
Yeah.
I could see how, like, I have a feeling like some stuff was just out of order,
Yeah.
like her meeting John Wick for the first time when he came back. That was pretty cool to see. Like, oh, it's the same scene,
Just
but it's
behind the scene, or yeah,
it's
like
in a
different
different.
camera view of the same
Yeah.
thing happening.
But I
Yeah,
felt
that
like
was
that
pretty
was
good.
like during her montage spot, and
Yeah.
then he just so happened to show up.
Yeah.
So I just feel like everything was just like mixed matchy. But the concept of like, hey, this is an evil town, that was pretty cool. I really like.
Yeah.
I was like, man, a whole town, dang! And then
Yeah.
her having to go through a whole town. And I'm like, man, John Wick, this would be really cool.
That would,
but
yeah, great. Yeah, but he had to go up against the whole world.
The whole
yeah, but yeah,
world,
the,
so
the
I'm like,
concept was
oh.
a really good idea.
Yeah, it reminds me
I
of
did like that
Resident Evil
idea.
4, where it's like, oh dang, it's more action packed. It's tight quarters.
Yeah.
You get thrown so many people at once, and
I didn't feel that. Okay, so when you explain it like that, that sounds like a great concept, and that would make sense for a town. That it would have been better, I guess. Well, that would have been a good idea to play more into the town, into what you're saying, close quarters, going through houses, and different people going out to get you, and then it's more not necessarily scary, but it's you don't know at what corner nor who's good or bad, and then you end up finding out the whole town is bad. But that's a good concept. The way you're bringing it up too, that like that's a
Check your
good
gear and
Yeah,
weapons.
it
good thought. Yeah.
definitely changed my expectations because it's like, oh, we're gonna have the cool gun scene where you have someone explain to different types of guns and kind of walk you through it, and it's gonna be really, really cool. And then all of a sudden it gets interrupted, and you're like, what? Like that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And
So I did have a couple thoughts of different in different areas of the film. So I guess we finished more so storyline talking. We'll just go more into just different parts if you have different thoughts of different parts of the film. I think we could talk about that. So I just go with my thoughts more so in the order of how the film played out. But my first thought, so I did have the thought of the montage. Or it was a little basic montage. In my opinion, she starts off failing and then she gets the magical word, fight like a girl, figure it out, you got this, by the main trainer there. And then she figures it out, but I didn't have my first thought, so she did get upgraded, she gets sent out to her first mission. I thought it was very interesting that she was sent out with a rubber gun, or a gun that shot fake bullets. And my initial thought was, that doesn't make any sense. They're an assassin, she's gonna be sent out to a mission. Uh, oh, I got you. I'm like, is this a fake mission? What's this about? So that was my first thought. I was like, okay, so they're sending her into like a real mission, I guess, but this mission can't be it can't be real. They're sending her out with a gun. But whatever, I guess I was it was just an interesting thing that I saw. But after her first mission, once she completed her first mission, or actually more during the first mission, you do get,
Station. Go get after it.
which is good. Hopefully, bro, in your editing, you could fix all this mumbo jumbo that I'm doing. But you know, our audience members are getting it unfiltered, so they're gonna hear all my mistakes. But anyways, going back to my initial thoughts, when they sent her out to her first film, or to her first mission, you do get your
You were 1 of 25.
your staple
Lost that one, but we'll get a W
clubbing
next time.
scene, or you get your staple John Wick universe movie club. And I thought that was very interesting. The club that they went to, my thoughts were when I saw, oh, I left the party, no. Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you.
Alright, I accidentally left the party. I don't know why. I'm going back on join party. So I thought it was pretty interesting when I saw the club. I did watch the movie with my girls, so we were able to talk a little bit during the movie and just also kind of share some opinions. And our first thought was, bro, this club is amazing. No way this club exists. Now I didn't have time, nor did I look it up. I did want to look it up to see if that club exists. But what are your thoughts on that club, dude? It's a massive club with an ice area. I just thought, man, this must be where the majority of the budget went to in the location of this club, because this is different, man. What'd you think about the club?
I really liked it a lot. I liked the
Yeah.
ice theme to it. It was really cool. I did like the action sequence and such. I got really amazed by the whole thing.
Mhm.
I did see how they were a little courteous though, where they kind of did give her chances, like, okay,
Yeah.
step aside, move.
That didn't
You're
make
out of
any
your
sense to me.
depths.
And it made me kind of realize, okay, so whoever she was protecting, the way she gained the trust of the girl after the fight scenes was by going up to her and telling her, "Hey, come with me. It's okay. I'm not gonna hurt you." When she said that, I was thinking in my head,
Get geared up. Stand by.
why didn't the other people lead with that? If their idea was to capture this girl, unless, I don't know, maybe those bad guys were working for the girl's dad or something, maybe that would make sense. But it's like, why wouldn't you have initiated with that? Like, if I was a bad guy trying to capture this girl and I need to capture this girl and or I need to take her back, I would think I would, I would lead with the same way the ballerina led. Like, hey, look, you're in danger. I'm your only chance for survival. You need to come with me. I think that would have been a more willingful approach versus just going in and just straight up
Playtime's
pushing
over.
people to the side. I thought that was very interesting. I was like, oh, that's an interesting approach. Maybe should have led with the way the ballerina led. Didn't have to beat up a ton of people.
Yeah, but for me in particular, like that it changed expectations, because as soon as they're like, hey, your job is to protect this person, I'm like, I don't think I've ever
Yeah,
seen
it's a different mission. Yeah.
John Wick protect a person like that. So,
Yeah, that's true.
besides Winston, of course.
A different type of missions, like yo.
Yeah, which is really, really cool to see that. So I'm like, oh man, she's gonna Winter Soldier this. Like, I thought, okay,
Yeah.
we'll see what happens, right? And
Yeah.
so, yeah. But then all of a sudden,
Forget it.
it didn't happen that way, and I think that surprised me even more, and I appreciated pretty much the surprise.
Yeah, it's definitely a change of pace from what we're used to seeing people who just get straight up assassinated. Although we didn't really buy into or really step into this world of what the assassins do. We know they assassinate people, or we just assume they're assassins.
Target location.
But in reality, they're just a group of people who do assassinate on occasion.
Throwing tactical.
But they are more so just people just ready for whatever the job calls for.
Yeah.
Throwing tactical.
I got 2 snipers? What the heck? Oh, my bad, bro. I had 2 snipers. Out of my head. Pistol
You
has a
did-
secondary gun.
It didn't want to give me my gun. I was trying
So
to
she
pick up with
finishes
it.
her first mission. She gets promoted. Now she figures it out. Now we know she's established into this missions. And then my second thought into this movie was, okay, we saw her. She successfully did her first mission. She's on to, we don't know how many missions it's been now from the first to the second, but now she's on to her second mission.
It says
You
2
don't-
months later, so it was 2 months
Oh,
later.
I don't know where my head was. Okay, so 2 months later, she gets into. Well, we don't know from mission 1 to mission 2 in the film how many missions she did in between. But what we do know is when she finished that second mission, she got deposited $750,000, bro. My immediate thought was, you do two missions. You cash out, you start a business, bro, you're done. How many, these assassins must be multi-millionaires. It doesn't make any sense to me. You, Abby, you exist in this world and you get trained throughout your entire life. Yo, you gotta learn karate and gun fu and all this. We're gonna send you out to do missions. Unless you're obligated for the remainder of your life, that it doesn't matter. You can't escape this world. Which they laid it out in John Wick 1 that he was able to escape. But then if you can't escape, why pay them? Why give them, or then what's I mean, I guess that sets up another question, but I guess just my initial thought was, yo, these assassins are getting paid tons of money, man.
Yeah, that's why I was really surprised about the amount that they would charge for like a bounty. I'm like, hey, if each job is like almost $1 million.
Yeah, 3/4, yeah.
So let's say
really
you do
close.
like 5 missions, that would get you really, like, you'd be up a couple million pretty much.
Yeah.
And so if you see John Wick, it was like 30 million. I'm like, dang, that's a lot. But then again, I'm like thinking about a movie. Like a movie takes like about 100 million to do. right? So I'm like, for John Wick,
Yeah,
that's kind of cheap. To
it's kind of
like
cheap.
30 million for John Wick's life, like
Well,
that's
it's
not.
also whoever's gonna put out the bounty. So you would have to assume. So just based on your logic, real quick, say I'm Mrs. Ballerina, and I have this person who is just as good as me, who's got, we're competing for a job because if they don't hire me, they hire them, and they're gonna hire the more capable person. Well, I'm gonna do some 3, 4 side jobs, get my 750 per job. I'm gonna have close to 2 million.
Check weapons
I'm gonna
and
set up a
gear.
bounty for this person. You can set up with the amount of money you're making. You can set up bounties on your competitors because they're assassins, and you can take out your competitors, and then just like that, you end up being the only assassin with available to hire. Easy, because the only place that you're not allowed to engage in activity is in the Continental. Now, my question then would be, and I guess we would have to figure out more of the lore into this world, are assassins allowed to assassinate each other? And are they only allowed to assassinate each other if there's a bounty on them?
Enemy soldier
And if
incoming.
that's the case, then that makes sense. Because if not, why wouldn't you just wipe out your competition?
Deployment of
Assuming you're
war zone
doing
is
those missions
authorized.
for money. Because if you're not doing it for money, then why are you doing it? If it's just because you're part of this family,
Well, they
then
hinted.
I think it just opens up a couple questions.
Well, they hinted that, they say, hey, like there are rules, right?
Explain this to me, man.
So the rules is that you don't really like, you gotta do professional courtesy. That's one thing that John Wick said. Like,
Okay.
professional courtesy.
Yeah, on the. That's right, that's right.
Mark a drop point
So,
to your squad and go get
um,
after it.
Marking target location.
So with that in particular, I mean, professional courtesy, Oh, there's a lot of guys there. Just-
So you
Marking
think it's
target
professional
location.
courtesy?
Yeah, because the thing is that you heard the dude. He was like, hey, if you don't call this person off, it's war. So,
Mm-hmm.
and then you kind of hear that too, which I was thinking about John Wick's line
Oh yeah,
where he was all like,
yeah.
Tala and Mofi is pretty much like, hey, do you really want to go to war? Or do you just want to give me a gun? And I'm like, dang, dude. I haven't, like, that how impactful that was, like, you didn't see the value in that until you see this film, where it's like, dang, not a lot of people can do what John Wick does.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, I mean, technically, anybody that's in that brotherhood or clan or cult or whatever they're part of, technically any one of them could do what John Wick does. Maybe they might not do it as efficient as John Wick, and that leads to my point of when all the bad guys suck and you're able to just clear out all the bad guys, which led me to another thought, but that was more towards the end of the film. So the movie it starts off, or it doesn't start off, but towards the beginning of the movie, we do find out we are this type of group of assassins. This is another group of people. These are a group of people that are so different to us. We do not mess with them for anything. We don't mess with them. They don't mess with us. We have a pact between each other, and that's it. So and so that was my thought, and the way that built up in my head was, okay, this group of people, the guys with the axe in their hands, whatever this clan is, these must be some serious hitters. These must be some next level assassins. It was my expectations of them. But then when she was going through, when this single girl, this ballerina, this woman John Wick, was going through this whole town, my
Enemy
thoughts were,
field
okay,
upgrade
so
low.
then
Forget it.
how badass are these people really? And why is the John Wick clan, why are they so afraid of this group when
Get
just
to
a
the
single
safe
one of
zone.
them was able to go throughout their whole
Gas is
town?
inbound.
What if they just bring out, my point was like, there's no need to be scared of this group. And I guess that just plays into my thought of, if you don't, when all the bad guys are just
Broke their
there to
armor.
run in and die, are those bad guys really any good?
Hostile UAV in the
What's
area.
your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, for me in particular, I thought something similar.
Yes, for you in
Changing
particular,
mags.
bro.
I did have a specific thought where I'm like, man, why haven't these guys been excommunicado or someone put a hit on these people? Like, I would like to. I guess for me, I'm curious about silly stuff like, hey, how big is these people's pull that they can do things that would make them excommunicado,
Yeah,
and they don't
Inserting
become
armor.
excommunicado. Um,
yeah,
and I see is that
yeah. So then the only,
they
uh,
weaponize other people for their bidding. So I'm
Buy
like,
station
oh, okay.
vulnerability closed.
But when
Contact
they
failed.
themselves like destroy, like mess with
Loadout drop headed
armsmen,
your way.
I'm like, what the heck? Like, I don't know if this is the first time they've done this before, or
that guy to our right.
what, but
Fuel confirmed.
Changing mags.
Nice.
nice. So, I mean, lots of questions were added, but I just don't understand how these individuals were able to, like, be a unit for that long. But now after we go to their stronghold, it's like, oh, okay, they have
Enemy
a
UAV is
whole
online.
town where whoever goes there, that's like an impossible mission. So for me, I'm
Yeah,
thinking, man, if John Wick, in order for him to get out, this would be his impossible mission. It's like kill a whole town.
yeah,
You've made it to the top 10.
and that would make sense.
We've got 10
That make
squads
that.
active
I
in
mean,
the
that sets
field.
up the perfect grounds for the reason why nobody messes with them. They are a full town. They're all ready, down to the kids, are prepared, and it's not just a group of ballerinas and their teachers that are badass. It's literally a whole town. It's a whole, essentially a government of people where we are so independent and we run. We're just an independent, pretty much town, and we're all killers. We're all badass. So it just sets up the grounds of, man, these people are another level of badasses. But and I think just to play on to more of my thoughts of the bad guy, and then I just label it as the bad guys suck, which is pretty much all the people who just run up and die. I think it plays against, and it might affect
Your squad made it
what
to the
we
safe zone.
expect or potentially could expect
Gas is
from
moving.
John Wick going forward. At least for me, because I know my expectations now for a John Wick movie or any spin-off that deals with it. I'm definitely expecting the film where it's just going to be one person just going through 100 people, and 100 people not really being skilled enough to really do any damage. It's really just I don't know. It's like going up against Superman. It's like why there's Superman's gonna win. You already know how the story's gonna end. There's nothing. For example, the only time you really feel that the person has a potential opponent that's I don't know. It's a tangent that I haven't really fully been able to like process, so I don't really know how to word it or really argue it.
Changing
But
mags.
I just
Good
I
kill.
wonder if
Target
you
the rest of that squad on your tac
share
map.
the same
Get
feelings
hunting.
or understand them.
Well, I understand what you're saying, and then, but for me, like I think really, what's
Yeah,
fun
Top
is
5.
just
Bring
to
home
be
Inserting
able
the
armor.
to see
5
more
squads
of
still
this,
operational in the AO.
of this world,
Fire sale
being able
active.
to
yeah. I definitely would love to explore
experience,
it more.
Hostile
Yeah,
UAV
how
in the area.
far, um, like how, like, oh, I didn't know that there was like a cult, like, no, not cult, like they kind of call it a cult, like cult in this universe, and how that looks like.
yeah,
And I thought when I saw the trailer, I thought,
yeah.
oh dang, Norman Reedus is gonna be a bad guy. This is gonna be interesting, but it was like, oh no, he's not. Instead, he was just a guy who's telling her,
Get
"Oh,
ready.
you don't know what you
Resurgence
got
window
yourself
is
into,"
about to close.
and
Yeah.
that's it. So I'm like, okay, I didn't know that was your whole bit. So
I expected when John Wick showed up and they called for John Wick. What I expect was that she was gonna have an extremely tough time going through the town, a town that she was gonna barely survive through her encounters with the town
Broke their
people,
armor.
and that the town people were really just gonna be another level above her, and she was gonna be able to survive
Changing
based
mags.
on her ability to fight like a girl, which was played in the beginning. So she was gonna do, she was gonna, that was kind of like, okay, she's gonna. I guess that's. I definitely didn't have all those thoughts when I was thinking about it, but I guess my thoughts were, okay, she's gonna get slightly defeated, be able to survive a little bit. John Wick is gonna pop out. When they said, hey, yeah, if you don't call her off, and then she was like, all right, I'll send somebody. I was like, okay, John Wick is gonna come in and save the day. They're gonna work hand in hand into going up against the sound, and then the film, which my expectations were, is gonna play out like that. It was gonna be John Wick and her versus the town,
You're in the top
because
three.
then that
Now.
would make more sense into, okay, this town is more badass than what we expect it to be, and the only way she can survive is with John Wick. But we saw she was more than capable of defeating the town all by
Only two
herself,
left.
yeah,
which
I
is
did. Like one thing I adore about
Mhm.
this film is the massive amount of like, hey, you broke my expectation, my thoughts and feelings of what
Mhm.
I thought this movie was going to be, or what I thought this movie was going to do. You pretty much changed that over and over and over again. And I like that a lot
Yeah.
because I also thought, oh, okay, John Wick's going to help this person. No,
Yeah.
he's like, you got 30 minutes, and then I'm
Yeah.
going to have to shut it
Yeah.
down. And then
Yeah,
I'm like,
that once he
damn.
came out, that's yeah. And he was like, "Okay, I'm here to kill you." I was like, "All right, damn. You're gonna see John Wick kill this girl." I'm like, "But no way,
Forget it.
she's too much part of the storyline. He ain't gonna kill her. He's gonna end up siding with her." Was like my first thoughts. I'm like, "Nah, they're gonna be best friends." But yeah, the film.
I'm good to go again. Inserting armor.
Oh no, they got
You're the
me.
last one standing, soldier.
But
Survive until your squad.
yeah. Anyways, continuing on. Next set of thoughts. Oh, I did have another thought. I thought this was pretty interesting. In my watching the film, watching specifically the scene where they, first of all, I would have thought, in my opinion, it would have been off limits to attack a place
We'll get them back.
that sells you weapons. I would assume they'd had the same courtesy as the Continental or places like the Continental. Areas that are off limits, I would have assumed the blacksmith or the gun dealer would have been off limits. The fact that they went in and they just started shooting and blowing that thing up, bro, I 100% did not expect that to happen. But I did have a thought during that whole scene, and my thought was just, how are these people not deaf? It is impossible to be an assassin in these films and have great hearing. Impossible, man. They got grenades, they got the guns, they got everything going on and exploding by their side. No way, bro.
Yeah. I'm with you that there too with that. So I mean, I get that. But yeah, I mean, but through and through this movie, every time it did change my expectations. It did. I was like, dang, that was really fun. I like the diner
Yeah,
scene. That was really fun. I did like how she was freaking out.
yeah,
I really thought that the knives from the first, from her second, I guess technically second mission that we saw, was gonna play a role with her style. Because I'm like, okay, they're gonna give her like a different style of
oh
what
yeah, that would have
of
been a
John
good
Wick.
idea.
And so I'm like, oh, okay. In order for them to do something different, they are doing pyrotechnics. Another thing that I was also seeing was like, oh,
That's interesting.
they put a Buster Keaton movie, and I thought, oh, there's gonna be probably a scene where something's gonna fall on her, and it's gonna just near miss and such. So I really thought that there was gonna be a lot, and then it didn't. And I'm like, oh, wow. I thought Norman
Yeah.
Reedus was gonna die. He didn't. So I'm like, oh, wow. Okay. So she saved the day and really saved the day. So I like how they played John Wick 2 on this movie as well, where he was just like, hey, um, you know, he was just a
Yeah,
person who
the
was just on
Walking
the
Dead guy.
sideline. Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
thought his plan that he had. Well, he didn't have any plan. My initial thoughts was when she went in to gather information because that's why she was at the hotel. They're all like, "Yo, who are these people with the X?" And which leads me to another thought with that the forget what his name is, but the owner of the Continental. Do you know what that guy's name is? The character at
the
least from the film.
manager, I forget his
The
name.
manager.
Winston.
Anyways, that Winston, that guy must have tremendous memory, or
Use
he
this
has
time for some
really good
target
logs
practice.
of everybody
Real
that
thing's
goes
coming
that
soon.
that he's involved. I doubt this girl left such a good impression that he just remembered her entirely, but I thought that was really interesting how I think it's a interesting that man, this guy has amazing memory. This she comes in, she's like, "Yo, I need to talk to the manager." He knew exactly who she was, and the guy
Well,
has a good memory. The guy's
he
or he
probably
has great
associated.
logs.
He probably
Enemies
associated
dropping
with
into
her
the AO.
before.
Yeah. So she goes, she gets that information, she gets sent to the hotel, and
Made you look.
I didn't
All stations green light
expect.
with the
So
flight towards us.
when he said pull up the contract, I didn't know that. I thought what that was, and I thought what that contract was to figure out what was the last mission he did and what was the last thing he got paid for and where's he, and maybe information of where he's holding up. I didn't know that contract was a hit on the guy. So I didn't know they had a bounty on the dude. So when she was sent to the hotel
Resurgent.
Oh, I
and
see
she
what you're
went in
getting at.
very sneaky,
Stay alive. Squad is
my initial thoughts were, oh, she is not sneaky at all. She immediately got caught by these
Marking
other
target
assassins.
location.
But then you do meet up with the Walking Dead guy, and he has his daughter. He's pretty much in the same situation as the guy in the beginning of the film with her father. It's pretty much the story is being rewritten again. He's a guy trying to protect his daughter, and they're out to get him because he escaped with his daughter or with the guy's granddaughter. Essentially, the exact same story was playing out. And then
enemy
my
UAV
initial thoughts
overhead.
were obviously he didn't expect her to come out, but that guy did not have a secondary plan if anybody was going to go into the hotel. And I don't know what his plan was, but it seemed like his plan, and who knows, I guess he expected to
Inserting armor.
survive the gunshot, but my initial thoughts were, man, what a horrible plan this guy had was to get his daughter, go into the middle of the street, and essentially just get shot. But I, I would have liked to see him be played out more. I thought he was a
Marking
character
target.
that
Forget
people
it.
recognize from the TV show The
Marking
Walking
target
Dead,
location.
and he has the exact same hairstyle. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe it's in his contract that if you're gonna hire him, he can't cut his hair. But I expected to see a little bit more of him.
Changing mags.
What did you feel about that?
With him in particular, of course, I would love to see more of him, because
You're
he's
you're a
a
fan of that guy, right?
well, he has a charisma. He's also on this video
Yeah.
game that just came out called Death Stranding. So yeah, he's very popular right now.
Hostile UAV in the
Specifically,
area.
in this demographic of people who watch video games and such. So everybody's going to be like, yes, we want to see more of this individual.
Changing
I
mags.
think
Right.
everybody's happy that he's alive, so it's like, okay, so that means there's room for him to
Marking
also
target
be
location.
in a movie or in this world or so. Um,
Hmm.
I will say my biggest surprise is that they went with this story when they kind of did set up one for the blind assassin, um,
All
which
squad
was
mates
another
Uh-huh.
to the
revenge
safe
film,
zone.
right? So
Uh-huh.
Got gas moving in.
with him having to kill his best friend type of person. So um, yeah, uh, but either way, I mean, I enjoyed it. I hope there's more for sure. Um, it was hinted that there will be. I just
Hmm.
like so far all the characters that they've shown, there has not been a character where I'm like I could have not. I didn't need to see that person.
Yeah. Yeah, they do. It's good. It's a universe. We don't know anybody here. We don't know who they are. We don't know if they bring in a bigger story. But so far, their ability to
Enemy UAV
bring
overhead.
in different characters, considering it's you don't have much to. I would assume you don't have much to play with in this
Forget it.
world. With for example, your difference between your Marvel and your DC movies, you do have your individual characters, you do have your, and you know what makes them different. In this world, you don't know anything about
Friendly
anybody,
loadout
and if
dropped
they
on the
bring in
way.
an
That's our
actor,
field
you
upgrade.
don't know if they're just bringing it in to because he's a actor that people recognize,
10
or if
remain.
he's actually
Keep
going to play a
pushing.
big role. So they do have a lot of
10 squads
flexibility into
active in the
being able
field.
to just create a world with any individual person that they decide. I would love to watch, for example, the blind assassin guy from John Wick 4. I would love to see a world or a movie with him, or him being more a part of another film or movie, and they might be saving him potentially for a John Wick 5, which that would make sense, but if they aren't planning on making a John Wick 5, I would be very shocked if they don't play more into a story with him,
Changing mags.
my opinion.
Marking target location.
Yeah, yeah. For me, like I said, I would like to, or kind of like what I was saying. I like to see more of these characters for sure because
Yeah,
they're very fun. Um,
yeah.
I don't think there's a single person I wouldn't want to see again. Um, but that's because their level of prestige or uh, thing that they did was that awesome. So um, I think it's definitely I'm gonna like I think this is a very lucrative uh, like franchise that they have,
Changing mags.
and I think everybody is definitely, or I hope because I definitely am like really interested in seeing what's next. So
Enemy soldier
I don't
Yeah.
know if
incoming.
there's gonna be a sequel to this.
I got shot in the back. Well, that is interesting, and I did before we start get some numbers going on. So I think a lot of it is money
Closing in.
oriented.
Enemy destroyed.
Film makes money, they're
Attack map to hunt down the
100%
rest of
gonna
them.
make a second one. Now the question is, are they gonna make? I think depending on this one depends on if they're gonna make another uh, if they're gonna make another spin-off film. They did make The Continental, but I don't know the TV show The Continental. I didn't see it. I don't know how good it is, and I don't know if people were really too familiar with how that ties into the John Wick world, or if it does
Enemies
tie
are
into the
dropping
John
into
Wick
the
world
area. Watch the
for them
sky.
Inserting armor.
Enemy UAV is
to
online.
want to watch that film. So maybe, and because it's a TV show, maybe they do separate that from this being a factor of making or continuing to make. Oh,
You've made it to
nice,
the
I got
top
him. Oh, but something else killed me.
5 squads.
Dang, I
What
was
the
gonna
heck
still
killed us?
survive.
Oh, some other guy.
Yeah.
Next time we'll
Alright, this upcoming one's our last one.
Hit
Ye-
hard that time. Dust yourself off
So,
and get
but here are some numbers. So the first John Wick film, I did look this into it, and this movie definitely can make more money. There's definitely the opportunity for it to grow some legs right now that it's on streaming. People can pay for it, but right now, what we do know is the first John Wick, it was on a budget of $20 million and they made $86 million. So that's not too crazy, but it was definitely the beginning of the film. Now that compared to the Ballerina was made for $90 million. It had a $90 million budget and it made 128 million. Globally right now that's where it's standing at. So these numbers could definitely be updated or not. And just from my basic understanding of how the box office works is, from my understanding to the Mr. Sunday films and the way they kind of break it down is, whatever the movie's budget was, if they say it was 90 million to make the movie, they have to also factor in marketing and all these things that end up blowing up the budget sometimes by twice the amount. So in order for a movie to be profitable and to really make sense and say, yeah, this movie made us money, the movie has to make more than, or at least twice the amount of what their budget was. So the budget of Ballerina was at 90 million, and then they made right now it's sitting at 128 million globally. So right now, based on that metric, it hasn't made back its money. Now that compared to the first John Wick, at 20 million, it did make a worldwide of 86. So this made 4 times its budget. The third one, they ended up spending more money on it. They increased it to 75 million. And this one ended up making 327. So the first one, I guess a lot of people liked it and people enjoyed it. And so the second one, and people were excited to watch it. What I don't understand is, so those are the numbers based on the budget, but based on the ratings, because I looked into that a little bit. So John Wick 1, the IMDb rating, which I mean, it's can't really, well, I'll just read them out. It had a 7.5 out of 10 in the IMDb in the first John Wick, which a lot of people argue is the best John Wick. Some people are back and forth with the first one and the second, or in the last one, the John Wick 4. But I had a 7.5 in IMDb, and Ballerina right now is sitting at a 7.1. So it's not that far off. And then it has an 86% in Rotten Tomato. And then Ballerina right now has a 76%. So it's not that far off. But the budget though, and it's, the amount of money it's made so far isn't, I don't understand really why this movie isn't making that much money compared to the first John Wick. Now, the second John Wick, and a lot of people love the first one. It was the best one. It was something different. People thought it was very basic, the concept, before the movie came out. Yo, it's about a guy they killed his dog, who cares? But then once you saw the movie, then you're all like, yeah man, you shouldn't have killed his dog. That dog meant a lot. So, with that first movie, the second and the third and the fourth, they just continued to make tons of money. They didn't go too crazy on the second John Wick with their budget. The first John Wick was at 20 million, the second one was at 40 million, but it still made 174 million. It made almost $100 million more than the first John Wick. But the second one, people already knew what John Wick was about. So maybe it's the Keanu Reeves and the storyline from the first one, but it was enough for them to wanna bring out and make the second one. So, but it made a ton of money. People liked it. The ratings were just about the same. Honestly, at this point, I don't know if I should trust the ratings. The ratings are essentially about the same. Third one also, it jumped from making 173 million. It jumped all the way to 327 million at a budget of 75 million. So they slowly started to increase the budget of the films. They're like, okay, yeah, we can definitely risk some money on these films. They're making us a ton of money back. People love Keanu Reeves. They love these films. This is people must enjoy this. So John Wick 4, they decided, you know what? Let's break the bank. People love this. We've made a ton of money in the first couple. This is probably gonna be our last one. Might as well spend a lot of money. They ended up spending $100 million. So from John Wick 1 to John Wick 4, from 20 million to 100 million, a huge jump in their budget. But still, John Wick 4 ended up making, it made,
Changing
let me
mags.
check right now, 447, almost $500 million, man. But the ratings is what kind of blows my mind. The IMDb is at 7.6, which is almost on par. I just got killed. On par with the first John Wick, and it's still almost on par with Ballerina.
Last one standing.
Yet the budget isn't that crazy, which they're the Ballerina is the third film that they spent the most money on at 90 million,
Inbound.
which I would expect to be a little bit of a risky play considering it is a spin-off, but I guess they were banking on it's the same art ways or the same kind of style, it's the same. You got John Wick. People know it's a John Wick. The
Back in
only
business.
or John Wick's at least a part of it. So I don't know if it's maybe the casual fan. I don't know what it was, but
Watch the sky.
I mean we didn't go watch this at the movie theaters, but it was more so because we were busy. But
Valiant effort.
just based on that, I'm pretty surprised that they didn't. The movie didn't make a lot of money,
Moving in.
considering you do have your John Wick that was a huge part of the marketing of the film. But just based on that, I don't think we're gonna see more of this. They needed to make at least twice the amount back, and to be profitable, at least it makes sense to make a second film. And if it stays at where it's at, with 128 million, not being able to make twice its budget back, not being anywhere close to the last John Wick film, sadly, I wouldn't be surprised if this is the last we see of what a spin-off might be. So, what are your thoughts on all those numbers? I hope I didn't lose you with all those numbers.
No, I mean it brings to perspective the level of engagement that this
Yeah.
franchise has, and so I really think that at the end of the day, being able to see where this franchise will go, and keep in mind this was a spin-off. This wasn't just
Yeah.
this wasn't something along the lines of like, hey, this is bread and butter John Wick. So
Yeah.
I think definitely would be interesting to see if they were like it does seem like they do have plans for something else. I think that's what they're
Yeah.
banking on. It's like one last hurrah. But
Yeah.
I mean, but we'll definitely see. For now, like, I mean, definitely the DVD or Blu-ray or digital sales or things like that. I feel
Oh,
like will
it could definitely grow some legs. Yeah.
yeah. So
Make more money. It does have its potential. It can potentially grow more. But I would hate for them not to. But just based on the numbers that I'm seeing, and if their decisions are based on their numbers, it doesn't seem like it's. This might be the last. Me personally, I enjoyed it. I don't know if I would see another Ana de Armas uh, focused film of this franchise, and it's kind of weird. I think they had this money from John Wick 4, and they wanted to milk the cow. They want to continue to make these films. They're like, these films ended up being immensely profitable, every single one. It's rare. You only see that with big name things. Or like I don't know, but this is it's a weird situation. I think where they found themselves. Where you're also in a world where I think if you're gonna do spin-offs, it's best kept maybe at a TV show level where you can use the profits from the other films to break it down into a TV show. And I don't know, but as a film, as how the film goes, I did enjoy it, and I would love to continue seeing more films. But again, it's not my money, but I don't know, very interesting.
Yeah. Well, I'm with you with there too. So I guess we'll see what ends up transpiring. But all in all,
Yeah,
how would you rate this movie? 0 out of 10.
0 out of 10. With all my critiques and all my thoughts on Ballerina, and using IMDb to influence my thoughts, 10 being the best movie I've ever seen, John Wick being, I guess, compared to the John Wick films, I think it was a rating to it. It was pretty good. So what's pretty good to me? It was pretty good. It was enjoyable. It's like I think 7.5. 7.5 is pretty good.
Yeah.
I think
I would
I
give
would
it
have
that.
definitely enjoyed to watch it at the movie theater. I think I wouldn't have been disappointed. I think it would have been a film worth watching at a movie theater. Is it rewatch worthy? Potentially. What do you think? Would you rewatch this
Um,
for
I
the
would
action?
definitely rewatch all of the other John Wicks. Before this one.
Nice.
Uh, but I think it's because of my issues with the pacing of it, like the
Okay.
editing. But I do love the surprises it does have. So if I were to watch it, I would love to see it while I'm binging, like the first one, the second one, then this one,
Yeah.
then the third one and fourth one. Like I think that would be pretty cool. To do that in that order, because it does give like a full grasp of the whole thing. So I would see it again, but only if I'm binging all of it, you know. But to pick
Okay.
it out specifically, I I think I only would like to have it just for the collection of all the John Wicks I have. Like I wouldn't
Okay.
want to not have it in my collection,
That makes
but
sense. Being a fan, being such a big fan of the other John Wicks and
yeah.
being invested into it as a collection piece. That
Does
makes
it
sense. That makes
does it
sense.
add to John Wick's story? No, but it does give me
What about to
more.
his person?
But it does, yeah, let me see a window of how he respects and like how caring he is
Yeah.
and how nice he is. So I feel like it does
Yeah.
show more of John Wick's character.
And why
But
people like him outside of, yeah, in the world, like in the world of assassins, that this is how he was able to gain,
and
yeah,
the
yeah,
respect and such, and
respect,
also
yeah.
how people also disrespect him too, where they're like, "Oh, we should walk away. This is suicide. It's John Wick." And then she's like, "He's just one man," and then immediately dies. Like, boom. That was
Yeah,
beautiful. Like, I'm like, all
yeah,
right, okay, we're gonna see the king do his thing. All right, okay, all
yeah,
right. If he's the one who's
yeah.
like, "Hey, King Kong got nothing on me." That's him. That's John Wick.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's an interesting persona that they brought into the John Wick. Which just final thoughts real quick. It's just a thought that I had. It's just a funny thought. I was wondering, so John Wick has his suits. He has his bulletproof suits. I wonder if the women assassins also have their own selection of suits, or as a woman, like in this world, that like to change up their style more than uh, your typical man does. Like, I mean, John Wick in the world of them assassins, and you saw it with that the Walking Dead guy. He when he was exiting out, first thing he grabbed was his suit or his coat
Yeah.
because of the bulletproof. I was just curious. I was like, what? I wonder if the women also have their little suit. No, they don't have a suit. They do have like a fashion spot, maybe specifically like a women's section in the Marshalls or in your TJ Maxx of your bulletproof outfits, where you have the guys section, you do have just t-shirts, long shirts, polo shirts, very basic, but it's all aligned on the same way. And then on the girl side, you have just all these immense designs and styles. And I wonder if they have that for the women. They have their little selection of different bulletproof suits and
Yeah,
whatnot. So I thought that would have been that's an interesting.
yeah. But as for final thoughts on my behalf, I really thought that they were gonna break her ballerina doll thing, and that was gonna be like her version of the dog. Like you broke this.
You
We
broke my
kill
dogs.
you.
Yeah.
It was the last thing I had from my father. You know all that stuff. But
Yeah.
uh, one thing I did notice,
It was limited edition.
yeah, it was exclusive to me. Was her gun? I think was a Kimber Pit Viper. I wish
Oh,
that they made it more sentimental, or maybe it's for the people who have eagle eye. I think it's a Kimber Pit Viper, but that's the same gun that John Wick was given on the fourth one when he is in Paris. He was given a Kimber Pit Viper, and it would be pretty cool. It's like, oh, this is her gun. This is her way of saying
yeah.
thank you for doing this for me. And I wish they did play that part like as like a, I guess, an end credit scene where he's like, oh, John, here's your gun, and then it's the Pit Viper where it's like, oh dang,
Yeah.
okay, so this is now I know the significance of the gun, and this
Yeah.
story isn't really about a girl, it's about a girl. Yeah, and how much she appreciates John. Like, hey, this person respects you so much that they gave you their custom gun. Like, that would be really cool. But
Yeah.
for me, in my, I'll probably do my version of it, and the end credit scene is just gonna be probably that added in, and that's it. It's like boom, full circle. Okay, now this
Nice.
gun has weight and more significance because it's like, dang,
Yeah.
because it's celebrating John Wick at the end of the day. Like, hey, you didn't realize
Yeah.
this, but it's celebrating, like, hey, this person, like, you're respected and beloved, and it boosts up his martyr. Like, oh, dang, how much you mean to everybody. How this amplifies him.
Yeah.
I wish we did see more of the dude on the
Well, you know
second
John
film.
Wick a as like this legend, as this legendary person, as this mythical person. Most of the people, I would assume, in this universe, they know John, not even necessarily by John Wick, the person, more so as Baba Yaga, the legend, the assassin. So
Yeah,
I think that plays into what you're saying. It's like not only do I know the legend, I met and I know John Wick, the person. Like I separate from the legend. He's this guy. He's this, the man who makes the legend, and play into that.
yeah, and so I think I think that'd be pretty cool to see all that.
Yeah,
I do wish the line that she gave to John Wick to let him know in his language is this is personal, like how he said it,
yeah,
and then he's like, okay, you have 30 minutes. But I wish he
yeah.
said that specific line, it's personal, where he's like, okay, you have 30 minutes.
It makes I said the
Like,
same thing.
it's like, dang, that's perfect. Like,
Yeah,
that's, like, if you want to convey a message to him
I,
that
I,
he would
I said that.
understand.
I said this. How do you know this? How do
So,
you know this? I said this.
yeah,
It says this.
yeah.
I would like to see just separate a little bit, but into it. Now that I thought about it, them spend their money or see a significance in the money that they earn, or at least see how they earn the gold coins. For example, John Wick had like everything. His currency was gold coins. I didn't see but one gold coin. So in this film, and they didn't really play into that a lot. I think small things like that, and also like
Well,
maybe play into like that. Do you remember a racing game where you had to take care of your car because if you crash your car, you damage your car, you have to pay for the repairs. So then you needed your money not only to buy your upgrades and all this, you needed it to also repair your car because if it gets damaged so much and it's unusable, then maybe you could use this with the with the weapons. Like, yeah, I mean, these weapons are expensive, right? Or maybe just limit the amount of money that they earn. $750,000, bro. You could literally do one job and you're done. You could
It,
retire. Two
yeah,
jobs. You're a millionaire.
yeah. That's one thing about Call of Duty that I've realized is that when I'm playing all these different types of guns, even in this game,
Hmm.
each gun has like a specific characteristic. Oh, this gun kicks on the first shot, and then all of a sudden it's very steady with its recoil. And so you have all
Yeah.
these different languages of weapons and such. And so I could
Hmm.
see why people have their gun, their favorite. And that's why when I saw John Wick and he's accurate with all these weapons, to me it's like, okay, he mastered the language of all these weapons to the point where his accuracy
Mm,
is like, wow. So not only are you dealing with someone that's resourceful, you're dealing with someone that's very skilled. And
yeah.
so with her in
Which,
particular,
yeah.
using the pit viper, it's like, oh, like the way how the Morpheus guy was explaining it. He was saying, hey, this gun is really good for, you know, close quarters and all that stuff. Like the recoil's very responsive and such. And it's like, okay, so this is the gun she used for that.
Yeah.
Um,
See,
she
thinking and
understands that you're going to go through the same thing that she went through. And a
yeah.
whole bunch of things said without being said. And I think that's like, wow. But with knowing weapons in that respect, I respect it big time.
Yeah. I would have preferred, now that I'm thinking about it, like the montage where it would be cool to see play into a montage of her instead of getting that secret word that creates into a bad guy. Like maybe she's and like what the girl mentioned to her that led her into being a badass. She was like, "Your problem is you're not fighting to your strength. You're fighting, and your strength is your girl. You gotta fight like a girl." So I would think it would be cool in this world where there's so many weapons and so many, like you're saying, you learn the language of weapons. Maybe a montage of she's doing this mission, she's doing this, or this little montage, this little training, but she needs to figure out which weapon is the right one for her. So John Wick has his weapon, his staple gun, which has been a huge issue that I've had in these John Wick films. Their weapons have, and then, well, specifically in these John Wick films, because when I pay attention to it, where there's the most guns being fired, there is no recoil in any single pistol. And it seems just very unrealistic to me. Anyways, that's besides the point. So I would like to see how what you're saying, master a weapon, where it's like, I need, and the montage is her doing the same mission, but figuring out like, okay, what works for me, what type of shotgun, what type of pistol, what type of assault rifle, what type of scopes, what kind of different type of setups do I need, or weapons. I think that would be an interesting in this film or in this world of assassins to play into this. I need to perfect my gear and what works for me. In the same way where John Wick is a badass, but he's a badass because he's had years of mastering everything. And I think, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I think that would have made the montage a lot better. Where it's like, hey, the reason why she's struggling is because she hasn't found her groove yet.
Yeah,
And instead of it being like a word, like, oh, blah blah blah. Yeah, you're right. It would have made it more interesting. It's like, oh,
that'd be a good idea.
this was my language. Was this one of the things that they had in Call of Duty was the nunchucks for her, like bonus mission. I mean,
Oh
her
yeah,
event
she
stuff.
never used the
Yeah,
nunchucks.
so I'm like, huh. It kind of. I
Uh,
thought there was gonna be nunchucks, but there's not. So that's misleading, you know.
yeah, there's nothing really that sets her aside from John Wick. You got John Wick, this beast of a man. It's the same story essentially, just the only difference is it's another character. What
Yeah.
separates this character is, I guess I would have liked to have seen that. I think that if I were to have an issue with the film, story-wise. I guess thinking about it, it would be that how there's no nothing that really differentiates her from John Wick. Besides, she's just another character. She's just and just so happens to be part of the same family group that John Wick was. So,
Yeah, but to
uh,
close out, right?
hmm
Final question: would you
mm.
want a sequel?
No. I wouldn't want a sequel. I wouldn't know what a sequel would be. I think the reason this film worked for me enough. The reason why is I don't understand how you would be able to make a sequel. There makes no sense. Is she gonna go up against, instead of a town, now a city? I know she's skilled enough to go through a town and be able to wipe out a town in 30 minutes. Nah, I'm good with the sequel. I rather, before they invest another $90 million on the budget on the sequel to Ballerina, I would much rather see John Wick 5, even if it's bad, or The Blind Guy. The Blind Guy, a movie of him. I'd rather see another adaptation in this world of John Wick, or John Wick 5.
Okay.
But if it comes out, I'd definitely watch it. I mean, if they make a sequel, I'd definitely watch it. And if she's part of another film in this world, I, I have no issue with that. But that's just me. And you?
I definitely would because it would be a crappy cliffhanger. It ends with her having a bounty on her. Same with
That's
blind.
just John Wick 2 again. It's bad
Yeah,
cliffhanger.
yeah, but same with the
And John Wick 3. John Wick 2 and 3.
yeah,
And
but
then John Wick 4.
same with the blind assassin. Like, hey,
Yeah.
like it'd be nice to have a conclusion here, you know. Um,
Yeah.
you tease the story. Like I wish, like at least tell me, hey, this was our idea, you know, for me just to have that
Yeah.
closure. But yeah, I would be excited to see it. She worked really hard in this film. I appreciate that.
Oh, yeah.
The story was
That these
pretty.
two.
I enjoyed everything really. The editing
Yeah.
was what got me. I
Yeah,
feel
I
like
enjoyed
I could
everything too.
probably do a better job. I'll cut the beginning.
Hire me.
Yeah, I'll cut the
Hire me.
beginning. I'll have her do the montage as soon as that lady was talking about her past. Like, hey, yours was with pain, and then have flashes of that, of her backstory play,
Mm.
and have the montage. Then that's when she meets John Wick instead of it being a weird flashback, and then everything would be raw as rain. I feel like
Raw
uh,
as rain.
raw as rain. Yeah, but
Nice.
I don't know. I'll probably mess with it too. Um, just to edit it and see. It'd be those bros cut. I don't know.
Those rose cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. We gotta gain some traction for it.
Yeah.
Release the Dose Bros cut.
Release it. Yeah. But yeah. But alright,
Well,
bro. I guess we'll call it an episode. We finally
yeah.
got to talk about
The ballerina.
Ballerina. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, long overdue. But
Yeah.
we got there.
Yeah. And then
Nice.
next up is gonna be Superman's question mark?
Superman. Yes, sir. Well,
We shall
hopefully,
see.
stay tuned. Das Others Bros. Superman's gonna be our next episode. Maybe we might have a bonus episode between here and there. Never know. So definitely stay tuned to our uploads or keep track. We might have a surprise bonus upload between here and next Wednesday. But for those listening, we do stream on Wednesdays. You can find us on Wednesdays with our raw, unfiltered talks, just with all our mess ups and with all the good stuff. We're here on Wednesdays. We start anywhere between 7:30. We will start and have an official start time. That way you guys can put us in on your schedule. But yeah, man, this was our ballerina talk, where we talked about each other's ballerina skills and also about the movie. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah. So this has been Those bros. Those
Those bros.
bros.
Those bros.
Those bros. Yep.
Those bros. We are
Those
those
bros.
bros. You can find us anywhere. We are all over the place. We're on YouTube. We're on Instagram. We're on Twitch. And we're on Twitter. So follow us. Eventually, we're gonna get better at this and get more involved in everything. We're gonna start uploading and posting and just all a bunch of fun stuff. This is just the beginning. So stay tuned. You guys are part of the beginning of something great. We're getting everything figured out. And eventually we're gonna be bigger than the world. The world's gonna be ours. We're gonna Scarface this.
Yeah. World is ours. But
The
yeah.
world is ours. And yours, because you're the bros.
Yeah.
And ours.
And
We're in this
ours.
world.
Well, alright, alright. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it.
Cut it.